In exchange, can you review my commander deck? Banned. Banned for being greedy. Absolutely not. Never again will you be seen in these hallowed halls. No Club Raptor, but we may be having a free roast raffle stream this coming week. Because we got to redo the thing. We got to redo the thing with boot.dev. Castle Rat. Interesting. That's all I'm saying. Damn, I don't even have a Mox field and still clicked because of it. Hell yeah. Science works. Science works. Oh no, Club Raptor. I ban like 5 people a stream just for random shit. Who's seen Thousand Year Blood War? Cause Z and I are finally to it. I have a little fucking cowlick. I'm about to get scissors, bro. I'm tweaking. I'm not okay. All right, Alfalfa. We're handling you. We're handling you. Okay. Anyway, yes, the notif was a fake out. I did get you though. I got every single one of you. Short pants and jacket. What's wrong with people? A lot's wrong with me. Uh, hey Mauled. I was looking through the 5 color commanders and gave Kenrith a real read for the first time. His abilities are actually interesting for group hug slash political deck, so I think I might make a deck around him. What's your opinion of that? Here's what you're fighting against. You are fighting against him being overplayed, and somebody who was a like good proper comedian talked about this, and I can't remember their name to credit them. But you know when you hear a good song, you usually want to hear it again. You want to listen to it a lot of times. Comedy is the opposite most of the time. Sometimes there will be a satisfying skit, but for the most part, if you've heard a good joke, the joke is like there's diminishing returns every time you hear it. And that's the problem with Kenrith, is he is not a song, he is a joke of a man. And many, many, many people have built and played this particular joke. And so what you're going to be fighting uphill against, especially if you're trying to play a group hug or political deck, is the literally tens of thousands of other people who have built one and have sort of played out the bit. What I would advise you to steer away from, anytime you have a 5 color deck, people are extremely prone to just going like, oh, well, this is a good card in those colors, and I need resources to do the group hug thing, so yeah, I should put it in. I'm talking, of course, about things like Smothering Tithe and Rhystic Study. Now, this argument extends down to things that are not game changers. The game changers are the most onerous ones, but in any situation, if you've got a 5 color commander who's relatively popular, and you just go like, oh, well, I'll play Mana Drain, I'll play the premium removal in every combination of those colors, you know, I get access to every talisman. I don't really think you'd want that for Kenrith, but that category of thing where it's just like, oh, hell yeah, this is a good card and it's one of the 5 colors. Why shouldn't it go in the deck? Because you start doing that, and before you know it, 80 of the cards in your deck are just generic, oh, hey, these cards are all right. And then it'll fall flat from a political angle. You still might like playing it. That's still fine. Many people like bread that has not even been toasted. But if you're trying to navigate a political deck or a group hug deck, so that is my caution to you, is if you want this to be satisfying for other people, you're going to have to build it with some extraordinarily bad cards to set it apart. Nah, I'm playing things like Threats Undetected, Will of the Council, and Gifts Ungiven. That, you know... Voice, I can't tell if you're in on the bit or if you think you said a different thing than what I said, which is horrifying to me. I said, you can't be playing these crazy good cards, and Voice said, no, don't worry, I'm making tutor piles. Nighty night, thank you for the Prime sub of the 6th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. Hey, Mald, I thought you should know that thanks to Earthbending, Hearthhole is both a landfall deck and an aristocrats deck. Yes, I am well aware. Oh my god, read threats on. I've played this card. You're trying to get me to like be like, "Oh yeah, this is bad and terrible," when it's like I get to tutor for 4 of the best creatures in my deck and get 2 of them. Hey Maul, is it possible to build a CEDH deck around board wipes like Farewell? No, absolutely not. Quick answer, too much stuff can happen inside one player's turn that you will just not have time to board wipe to deal with stuff. If he can only tutor for bad cards, if Voice can only tutor for bad cards, they have a point there. But they replied directly to my point about don't play good cards with, don't worry, I'm playing a bunch of tutors. If they said, don't worry, I'm casting Threats Undetected for like I don't even know, I can't even think of a card bad enough for this. I can't even think of a... I don't know what world this would happen in, but if you were like, don't worry, I'm casting Threats Undetected for Holy Cow. Different situation. Different situation. Maul, the surprise off-schedule stream to give away free roast. How dare you? I almost lost my streak. Get charitied on, dog. Get charitied on. Tarzard, we could take a run at that. Yeah, that would probably be a sub goal because, quite frankly, streams where I build a deck tend to do a bit worse than streams where I review other people's decks. So it's not a thing that I would want to pre-dedicate time to. Quintenku, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Eagle Eye, I'm very glad to hear your friends enjoyed it. Let me pull up the YouTube comments. Josh on YouTube has summarized it better than I can. Kenrith is a boogeyman. Anything you do with Kenrith is going to be judged more harshly than anything you do with a different commander because Kenrith has a reputation and it precedes him by wafting kind of an odor of like unwashed Cheeto dust and fart. And that's going to be a battle you have to fight. Because you're also referencing like, oh, but what if I get you said the Red Gearhulk and Fairy Mastermind, which I'm going to say, I love you, right? 100% those are just good cards in your colors. And that is the trap that many Kenrith decks fall into, is just like, God damn, I get all 5 colors? I'm going to play good cards in these colors. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't build it. I just want to prepare you mentally for trying to politic with that deck will oftentimes be difficult because everybody's going to reduce what you're doing to like, this is a staple pile. We should probably shoot them. Hello, Darebrand. I'm gonna beam ads into your skulls, and then we're gonna go to the vamp timer. Would you say the same about shrines? I would say there's a similar type of energy there, but it's definitely earned. It's super earned. Like, shrines, I think shrines are like slivers, where they are no longer as strong as they used to be. Shrines and slivers used to be like genuinely a bit imposing. I don't think they are anymore because of how bad power creep has gotten. However, shrines and slivers both exist in the spot of, if I shoot what you're doing immediately, you're fucked. You're screwed. You're not getting up. If I don't, I lose the game. I must kick the baby. Like, I either kick you. It's the how War Machine wanted to deal with Thanos. Like, I go back in time and I kill you as a baby, or I lose. And that's it. The rose should have gone on sale just now, Darebrand. Hold on, let me... I'm trying to figure out how I can do this where we won't get fucked on the... Alright, I am setting the Monday Commander deck roast live right now. I'm gonna go set the Wednesday Commander deck roast live right now. Or the... I guess we do Monday, Sunday, maybe? Yeah, we do Monday, Sunday. This is on Ko-Fi, yeah. Alright, they are set freshly live on Ko-Fi. You ever play against a Prismatic Bridge player? I have, and I have played against, even worse, I've played against multiple. I have played against a Prismatic Bridge player who swore up and down it was not one of those decks, and then began flipping a Super Friends pile at me. I have seen hell, and it was that 12-year-old. That's right, it was a fucking child. I couldn't even be rude to them. I couldn't even fucking dunk on them for it. I just had to be like, damn, dude. And like the most I could do to try to guide this lost youth was go when they were like, isn't it so crazy how you've never seen that before? I had to hit him with the gentle like, oh, actually, this is a fairly popular way to build this deck. I'm really glad you're enjoying it though, but I've played against it a few times. And I was like, I hate that. I hate that that's the meanest I got to be to this child. So no Wednesday. I think not this coming week. If my jaw can handle it, I might make some like surprise ones available Wednesday. Mauled, what's your mindset when you're playing against a Birds player who is the only player with flyers? Convince the table to kill them. That's my mindset. Is we gotta mark damage on you post haste immediately. I overheard an argument recently about Slicer and Alexios, with the majority of one pod insisting that any deck containing either is bracket 4 because it enables collusion to kill on turn 5. Was that pod deranged or am I out of touch? They are deranged. It is possible, if the table is colluding to kill you by turn 5, there's probably a reason for it. Like, to me, this is equivalent to saying, what if we all swung on Tyler the moment we had a creature? That doesn't make the pod bracket 4. Alexios is one of the better creatures to do it. I think what begins to push you towards bracket 4 is when you go, my deck is filled with all of the fast mana I can get to play Alexios turn 1 or 2. That to me is when you cross over into bracket 4. But if you're like, fuck it, I'm playing Arcane Signet turn 2, Alexios turn 3, that's an Alexios deck. If the table decides you deserve to die, the table's not bracket 4, they're just not blind to whatever your crimes are. They see through the lies of the Jedi. He does keep the counters as he moves around, yes, because he's not leaving the battlefield, he's just getting, his control of him is changing. Thunderclass, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friend. We'll get a custom stream this week, Alec. I think the most reliable way to predict that type of stuff is like, how long do I have in between the big streams? So, like, tomorrow's going to be hard because tomorrow is going to be 3 days of deck roasting in a row. But then I have Tuesday and Wednesday where I won't have to talk as actively or as long. And then Thursday we'll do a long stream. And then Friday, Saturday, I'm safe again. Boot.dev's not coming today. They emailed me separately. I think we're trying to reschedule them to Monday. So there's not going to be... there's not going to be a free giveaway on Monday when they show up. Yeah, there's not going to be a free giveaway Monday when they show up, but they should be Monday. And then... oh, did Ko-Fi sell 5 again? Fuck. That's for Sunday. Okay. Thank fuck. I can handle that. I just didn't want to do boot.dev and then 5 other people tomorrow. Personal question from Harval. What's your favorite win con? Non-deterministic accumulation of combat damage. That's my favorite. We've beat each other to death. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. I hate the shouldn't win before turn X bracket guide because people see it as a hard limit and act like getting killed early because you have no blockers or interactions somehow makes a deck a bracket higher. Someone tried to say my Nashi deck is bracket 3 because they had no removal or blockers and I had a Gemstone Caverns. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. There's a lot of stuff that I dislike. There's a lot of stuff I dislike about the wording of the new bracket system, and I think the table expecting nobody to lose before turn X is one of the more frustrating ones. Can we get some hell yes for Tarzard being offered a postdoctoral research job? We love jobs. We love employment. We love escaping the crushing boot of capitalism. It does just make me believe that, like, Gen Pop is hell. Gen Pop is hell, and unfortunately for that Nashi deck, that is probably a qualifier you should put on it. Not it's bracket 3, but you should be saying like, oh, it's bracket 2, but if you don't play any blockers, you could die early because I'm swinging a small commander. who gets bigger. The free roast stream was good. It was actually, yeah, very positive. I'm glad I do it. You think Soul Ring should be a game changer? Yes, it is. I think there's a lot of hypocrisy in this game. I think the single most hypocritical thing about Commander today is that Soul Ring is not a game changer. Flatly. Like, whether you think it should be banned or not, I don't run it. I don't run it in my decks, but the fact that we have not game changered that fucking card solely because they put it in precons, ridiculous. Hello, not as fun. MLP, did I miss your personal question, or was I setting up a social experiment? Did you feel worse about me ignoring your personal question, or would you have felt worse if I read it in a mean and derisive manner? Because you asked, is it meaner to straight up not play against a commander you hate or to tunnel vision them with all you have? I think it depends on the person's attachment style, right? Like, if they don't have a good relationship with their mom, it's probably meaner to not play against them. If they don't have a good relationship with their dad, it's probably meaner to tunnel vision them. Alec Man, I have not lined up a guest yet. I'm gonna ask Quips first. Yeah, it's just like because Soul Ring I don't even think is the biggest predictor of winning games. I've just never I play Commander to play a social roguelike. I do not play Commander because of how much I love like the magic rules and magic cards specifically. They are a phenomenal lattice upon which to put my friends in goofy and evil situations. And I have personally just never enjoyed the situations a Soul Ring puts the game in. No matter the Soul Ring player loses, no matter we gang up on them, over and over and over, it has put the game in an unsatisfying position. Alec Man, I would guess based on the Dex Quips builds, his limited experience is nothing. I would say his limited experience is half of one pre-release. Hey, thank you, Banano. Tomorrow, Monday, Fancy Catch Up. Tomorrow, Monday. All right, those are all sold out. Thank you all for the money. I appreciate it very much. I'm gonna put 10 minutes on the vamp clock to vamp about the thing I wanted to vamp about, which is the flanderization of myself in media. What do you think about all the bad lessons from Avatar made for the best standard deck? I think it's funny as hell, and I think it just proves you can do anything if you have enough removal. You can do literally anything if you have enough removal. What's the order for today? I believe I promised white bread first. Hey Mauled, Megabonk is kicking my ass. Can you give your RNG blessing to make it stop being mean to me? No, I cannot jump better. So I'm just going to put 5 minutes on the vamp clock. And I'm going to talk about the thing I want to talk about. And we're going to talk about White Bread's deck. And then DMC, you can go next. Oh, wait, hold on. Terrence was here first. So in order of operations and promises I have given, I'm going to go White Bread, Terrence, DMC, Mr. Meowski, and then potentially Wolf Slays. Did this this Sunday sold 4. So that means it's White Bread, Terrence, DMC, Mr. Meowski. God, is it me or is wait today? Possibly. Oh no, fun's today. You're in next week's group, Mr. Miowski. I read my own Google form wrong. I read my own Google form wrong. It's fun today. Yeah. You do fun. I I tried to read the Excel sheet too quickly, and I read you as a Wednesday entry, and so assumed you were for the coming week fun. Oh no, Arai, I'm so sad. All right, let me 5 minutes on the vamp clock. Let's talk about the Flanderization of my own content, because I did 2 Hulk videos. And I'm only talking about this because I talked about it in my Discord with YOLO Knots for a moment. Also, Marty the Goat, thank you for the 7 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. And so I did one, and I was like, I did I did a slightly different comedic style on this one. And I think the best way to summarize that change in comedic style is I did less funny things, and it did not fucking work, and I got depressed about it. So I went back and I did the video again, and I wrote some message where I was like, God damn it, I didn't yell like an angry cow, therefore the video did badly. And somebody asked like, oh, how do you judge that? Like, how do you know that that's the issue? And I was like, oh, because this one was doing on like the bad side of normal. And it's for a not yet released commander that is crazy powerful. Those videos, almost exclusively, 1 out of 10. Every time, if it's something that has not come out yet, has some type of like horseshit combo, has some type of like crazy powerful thing, usually, no matter what jokes I write, as long as I say like one funny haha thing, immediate 1 out of 10. And so I went back and I was like, all right, fuck jokes. I'm just gonna yell. Immediately we have broken the trend line. And it is an instant and free 1 out of 10. Cecil, very good luck blowing your family up. And it just... what this reinforces to me is I gotta get better... I gotta get better at making content faster. Innerbeard, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. That up save is crazy. The lesson is loud. The lesson is, I mean, part of what helped this one is I opened with, I was wrong. So I was not only loud, but I also, implied that there was some type of like controversial or unexpected thing to do. And I guess I'm just depressed about like, not even depressed. I feel stymied by the fact that all of the corny lessons you learn about social media are just totally right when it comes to getting views as the outcome. And it means that there are things that I like doing comedically, or that I would like to experiment more with comedically, that I just don't think it makes sense to in the Commander roast, which means I need to figure out a different outlet for that energy. And I don't have an outlet right now for that energy because I'm bad at doing my work quickly. Right, Maud learns clickbait is effective. It's sort of like the more I do this, the more I relearn. Because you sort of like, as I have done content creation, I've been like, oh yeah, I mean, of course, clickbait is effective, but you can do things that are like really clever, and you can do a reference, you can do a slower build up, you can do a slower burn, and then every fucking time it's just like, nope, clickbait, fuck you. Nope, clickbait, fuck you. And it's just this nonstop hamster wheel of because in the entertainment industry your paycheck changes every fucking day. Like the RPM on a given video, I could it would be like if you had a job that was supposed to pay you like 25 an hour, you could finish every day's work and your boss could be like, "Oh, today was actually 15 by the way." Or like, "Oh, today was actually 40 by the way." And you don't know until the work is done. Ugh. Which just makes it such a weird and dumb fight to try to find the place to experiment it. Oh, we're done talking about that. Never mind. White bread, let's get you going. Fuck whatever dumb shit I'm going on about. Agreed. Get banned, Focus Immunity. How dare you? Agreed. Oh, we're rescheduling you from last month? Okay, Arai, we can do that. We can fit you in. Yo, fuck all that. Let's look at Whitebread's deck list. We've promised Whitebread first. So we can talk about scheduling constraints after we get through Whitebread. Alright, this is a spooky deck. Hello again, Malden Stream. Today I bring you the best Goyf deck that's ever been made, as inspired by an offhand comment made by 33 Elk during your guys' Tarkir set review. Game plan is get out my commander, get to my Goyf, and then I run wild with the rest of the Goyfs. It's bracket 3 mostly due to necessary tutors, as you will see when you get to the deck. I love it. It's won and lost its fair share. And overall, the issue I want to address is the efficiency of murder. It's good at making someone go from 40 to 0 in one shot, but harder to get off against multiple players. Its wins come from later game cleanup. Okay. What in God's name? Get Goyfed Loser, a Mardu narrative deck. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God. Rocks! Rocks, he says! Me, as I frack this ground for petroleum. It's a rock. A rock was involved. The Goy Father. That's a great fucking tag. Well, we got $1,900 in land for this shit ass deck. We have 38 though. All right, you're a good boy. Okay, so if something ETBs that turn, it does double damage. When this ETBs, power equal to target, but this can only get up to like 7, right? If it's power equal to card types. So Pyrogoyf hitting the battlefield represents about like 10 to 12 damage. So this is our you gotta stop building secret commander decks, man. At some point you just gotta show me what's in the command zone and have that be what's happening. Yeah, well, I don't think it's flicker nonsense. I think it's red flicker, which is known as I have 10 of you now. Alright, so we have white ketchup ramp. We have 2 mana rocks to fix our colors. These make a lot of sense for getting narrowed down. Terrible. 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 Good. Terrible. Terrible. Okay. Probably terrible. Generally good card. Alright, you're in 3 colors, so 3 mana, draw 3, you're alright. Alright, Battle Angels of Tyr is decent. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Hold on, I'll find the line. Is it because we if we're doing the red clone thing, we're like, oh, I can Beza over and over and over. Card selection is good because I want stuff in my graveyard for the Goyf. Yeah, I'm sure you think that. Alright, so Jaxus can clone our Goyfs, fill our graveyard as well. We have Trouble in Pairs, we have Unexpected Windfall. Calling up the Goyf gang. Jesus Christ, man. Alright, so we can call up the Goyf gang. The Goyf Mafia. Yeah. Alright, we're doing Red Flicker. I do like that. Alright, Heat Shimmer, Splinter Twin, Siegebreaker. Siegebreaker's really fucking cute. This is goddamn hilarious. Soul Bond. At the beginning of combat, make a token copy of this creature. Okay. I agree with your assessment. 1, this deck is hilarious. 2, I can see why you are struggling to get like a big turn that would kill the whole table. We are not at Goyf critical mass. This ass is not fat enough. I am ambivalent about its ability to play Magic, though. Alright, I get 2 lands. So I play this tapped. I play this. I get a Signet. I think I Knight of the White Orchid to get a Plains, right? Can I don't think I can Orzhov Signet into this guy because I need the 2 white pips. So I do that. Okay, and then I have some protection, but I can like Battle Angels of Tyr. I can Narrative. I swing Battle Angels of Tyr. So I get some myriading. I try to not keep starting hands without a tutor or very solid draw. Right, we're in the section where I expose your weaknesses. I expose your soft underbelly. And your soft underbelly is having an opening hand that doesn't have a fucking tutor in it, which is a bit glaring. It's like... I try not to get into street fights unless I have a gun and the other person doesn't have a gun. Which is a good practice, except you're in a karate tournament right now, man. Right. Oh no. The giant... the armor plating around my cock that I left off. It's allowed my cock to be shot off. I don't think we need Pull from Eternity. I think... if somebody has exile removal, we double down on like Battle Angels of Tyr. This is Pull from Eternity. Like, no, you don't even summon Goyf and lose if you get exiled. You summon Goyf, and then if they exile Goyf, you play Battle Angels of Tyr. Like, we cannot underrate how fucked up the myriad 4/4 that we will double 100 times is. Alright, so we can... all 3 colors, Painful Truths. There's also, like, I would question if 3 mana draw 3 is not solid draw in this deck, what do you think is? Because the other things you're showing me are 3 mana, are like 2 mana, draw 2, a second draw spell. So we need, you're telling me, for the low price of having a tutor or 2 different draw spells in our opening hand, this deck can play Magic. Okay. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. I like that. That's good. That's very good and strong. And like we have another draw spell. We have Battle Angels of Tyr. He'll draw us a card. Oh look, that didn't do it either. Give me better draw. Let me think about this. I want this dream to live. All right, we have Wishclaw Talisman. Oh shit, we have the guy. We can Wishclaw Talisman for a totally different thing. I will demand answers, not dead after all, because you are an idiot for playing this card. I will play another land. 3 mana, draw 3. I have sorcery. I have instant. I will discard a land. I will discard an enchantment. Turn 4, I play Nariv. Turn 5, I Goyf you. I have instant, sorcery, enchantment, land. I have 4. So this is a 4/5. So I shoot somebody for 8. That isn't not the most exciting thing. Everybody stop with Necropotence, Necrodominance. This deck does not deserve that. You're trying to put a really cool spoiler on a fucking 1972 Miata. Please, desist. Alright, we have Demonic Tutor, but I think Ortheon is already the most powerful thing. So we just play Ortheon, which doesn't do... We in bracket 3 right now? We in bracket 3 presently? Alright, we don't have the mana to get this. I think Malakir, yeah, just enters tapped no matter what we do. We don't have the white pips for Beza. I think we tutor. I just don't know the deck well enough to know what for. Let's see. Do we have a better copy engine? I don't think we do. Do we have a tutor or a mana rock? I'm fucking thinking. Oh, Blade of Selves. Yeah. Blade of Selves. Thank you. So we go Blade of Selves. I play it. Turn 8. We will near tap out to equip the Pyrogoyf with Blade of Selves. Nothing bad has happened to us. Oh, Siegebreaker. Siegebreaker could also do it. Double Goyf. I have no new shit in my graveyard, so they're all slamming around. A lot of damage, right? Because it's whenever this or another Lurgoyf enters. So this sees itself and this one enter. This one sees itself and this one enter. This one sees these two enter. So you get 48 damage. No, I did well 6. No, 32. Right? 6 times Jesus Christ, 24. Right, double to 48 because of Commander. Yeah. So 6 rounds of pings for 4 that become 8, so 48. Oh, only 2 have their damage doubled. That's what I'm missing. And so it's 16, 32, 40. Okay. Let me think about this, because this is a real fuck pit of a deck that you've... No, it's all doubled. The original Pyrogoyf shouldn't be. Oh, that creature deals the damage. Oh, then yeah. So okay, so it's 48. So it's 48. No. Voice of Madness, we can't read. Pyrogoyf does not say that Pyrogoyf shoots you. Pyrogoyf says the Pyrogoyf that entered or the Lurgoyf that entered shoots you. All right. Our biggest problem here is everything that is happening before turn 5. That's a pretty sizable one, but I don't think it is impossible to overcome. If we need... God, we really need to have, like... We really need that opening hand tutor to fucking do anything. Okay, Lively Dirge. That one will do it. How bad does this one go? We go Shadowy Backstreet, Surveil, sure, Enchantment, into the bin. Even though it's pretty good for us. Turn 2. I ramp, turn 3. I Nariv, turn 4. I Fable, turn 5. I could discard 2, so I think I get land creature into grave. And then I go Lively Dirge, and I get my guy. He's currently a 3, so he deals 6. I can Heat Shimmer it to give me 1 copy. Or I can Jaxus the Troublemaker. I think this flips now. Does this exile? So I can't copy this guy yet. Oh, man. Oh, that's so rough. Yeah, it's a cool idea. The setup is just really, really onerous. Like we are an honest to God farmer. Like I think this deck wants to be the fantasy of a Pyrogoy farmer, where it's just all like cool horse picks and riding around crazy lizards. And I think the reality is like we're an actual Pyrogoy farmer in the sense that we have to wake up at 5 a.m. and begin tilling fields or fucking picking stones or whatever shit farmers do. And then by like 8 p.m., we're allowed to have 1 bowl of porridge. All right, let's talk about premise for a moment, because I lived on a farm when I was like 5. I didn't do any shit. I was a lazy child. I wouldn't even want blue in this deck over white, and we shouldn't. I'm not saying switch to this commander, because obviously this commander is like a phone it in Goyf commander. But when it comes to Pyrogoyf reliability, Narev's doubling does very little for us compared to what Jund could give us in terms of reliability. Because as long as we're on Narev, what we are committing to is effectively this like soft combo game plan. Because a lot of our pieces, our curve is really clunky. Nothing is that expensive, and so it seems like it shouldn't be like, look at this curve. You look at this curve, you would be like, yeah, this deck hums. Easy as butter, no problems. And yet every turn I feel like I'm giving a eulogy as I describe my attempt to get 1 step closer to a Pyrogoyf. And so I question, depending on what we want the deck to feel like, if it's worth it, to be going for that combo. Is there a Jund damage doubling commander? Because the damage doubling has always been very important in closing out my game. You would lose, there is not a Jund damage doubling commander. You would lose command zone damage doubling. For command zone, I get to play Magic. Voice, I do agree. Or I would actually almost argue, we need to go differently, which is that we have to, if we're going to stay here, we have to crank the gambling up to 11. Like Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Jaxis, where's another one? Flame Rush Rider. We have to we have to take our pants off in the casino because we are there for business, okay? We are bringing a chamber pot into the casino because we are not getting up from the slot machine. No. Heat Shimmer is now the backbone of the deck, voice. That's what you don't understand. Because what the deck has to become is spell copying. Like, you don't need you don't need Beza. You need Cursed Recording. Boss, would Jeskai work better? A million things would work better. I defy any of you to look at this list and be like, we picked this because of how good it worked. There's a dream here. There's a vision involved. It's a little bit cross-eyed, but I'm going to try to follow it. So I think if you want to do it in Mardu, I would genuinely be attempting to assemble like double cast Molten Duplication, triple cast Molten Duplication, rather than, oh, what if I got like a 5 mana thing that could, it does complicate things for us, but if we're going to stay complicated no matter, I think the upshot is making this deck in Mardu, we have given up on simple and reliable. Truly and fully. The other angle I will pitch is if we go the spell copying route, the 2 mana shitty card draw spells get much better. You fill the graveyard more, you see more cards. It presents you with a relatively simple path to go like, all right, turn 1, I weep, I do nothing. Turn 2, I cast a Mana Rock. Turn 3, I weep openly, but if I hit a land drop, I like double spell, I either play my spell copy or I double spell Demand Answers and hope to God I can find something. We could maybe put the Master Multiplied in later. But I think here's what's going on. We've got a shitty car with bad brakes, a rusty engine, and it's too heavy to get up to highway speeds. And we just got to take the brakes, and we got to take the doors, and we got to take like most of the trunk out. And then we put a little nitrous in the engine and we see what happens. And I think that's the only way I could see the Mardu version of this deck functioning. If you did a Jund version of this deck, I think there's a much more like mid-rangey game plan you could go for. But if we're gonna stay in Mardu, fucking dual casting, dual strike. You don't get ether. A black, white, red. Oh, do I have to do this at the end? I think I have to do this at the end. There we go. I think Saw in Half will fizzle as we try to copy it. Reverberate. Don't play Twinning Staff. I mean, maybe play Twinning Staff. Holy shit, I guess. Sword of Wealth and Power. Sword of Wealth and Power. Zada's not the obvious choice because we're not going to have a lot of permanent copies of Pyroglyph. If you already have a copy of Pyroglyph, it still just gets copies the one Pyroglyph. The real struggle is going to be we have to assemble Goyf. And then we have to get an instant or a sorcery that we can then copy. And that has to be enough. Dog. Oh my god. Oh my. Okay, Scryfall Tagger. There we go. Alright, so we have Electro Duplicate. We have Twin Flame. We have Kindred Charge, which won't work as well. We have Devastating Onslaught. Mordor on the March is going to be terrible. Hate Mirage isn't going to work. I think maybe mid-range could be the answer. Trying to find clones and spell copiers in addition to the Goyf feels more Christmas Land than the deck is now. Yeah, that's the thing, is the Mardu... I think the Mardu version of this deck never escapes Christmas Land. Like, I think as long as what we're playing for is narrative, the secret commander situation is going to be so bad. Or the secret commander situation... Right, but Whitebroad, what I'm saying is improving it within Mardu mandates smoking crack. I believe. I will look at, like... What could we do? I don't think there's anything... Like, you could try Resentful Rebel... If we're just gonna clean up the draw, we can try some just one-off. Let's replace the bad versions, the bad cards you have, with slightly better cards. Resentful Revelation lets you go one card deeper in your library for the same amount of mana. It still gets stuff into your graveyard. You have like Discerning Taste and Commune with Evil. I'm inclined to believe in black mulch over red card selection. I think if we're gonna try to, like, let's make the current version of this, I don't want to come in here and just piss in your Cheerios and be like, why do these Cheerios taste awful? But I think black mulch is gonna be the way to go over red card selection, because you very rarely have specific things that you need in the graveyard. You just want some shit in there. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit share. We do have Coiling Rebirth. Uh, Moonlight Bargain's 5, but we'll do it. Oh, it's interesting to me that we missed Ripples of Undeath. How much Galaxy Gas? Oh, you have Ripples. Never mind. Never mind. I missed Ripples. How did I miss my sweet baby boy? Is it worth it to play Zarek, the Silent King? I feel like there's no way. Oh, artifact creature. Never mind. Never mind. I thought it said artifact or creature. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Shadow Prophecy is only going to be check top 3. I think you could run Stargaze. I think you could run Ransack the Lab. So that's the first move I would make. All these red cards, fuck them, they're bad. Even Night's Whisper, fuck them, they're bad. If you can find a 2 or 3 mana version, that will check one more card, statistically significant increase to how the deck is operating. Is beginning of combat mill 2 good enough? I doubt it. Let me look at Dire Sight. Yeah, you could run Dire Sight as well. Do we want to keep Nerv as the commander? That's the dream I'm going to try to keep alive right now. So that's how we fix the draw section. I think your rocks, you got to cut this shit out right now. I don't know what pie in the sky play this shit is for. You got to get this motherfucker hence right now. This is extreme copium. This is extreme copium. These are cute enough, and I can see what you're trying to do here. I think Trouble in Pairs is too cute by half. This is just a like this is too generic of a value engine for the specific dumb thing we're trying to do here. I saw it as normal ramp puts an instant in the grave for Dark Ritual specifically. You saw it as normal ramp. I gotta. I'm making like a fucking Dare poster out of this, man. What? I'm putting a goddamn. I am filming a goddamn ad about the dangers of playing combo decks. I saw it as normal ramp. Even if you want, I think this gets cleared by Dire Sight in practice. Like I realize we want to get mana quickly, but because we're not gonna close the game out off of Dark Ritual's mana, I think we're better served. Continue to mulch. Continue to mulch. We gotta get our fucking goips up. Renewed Solidarity is very cute. Ironwolf Forger is very cute. I don't I don't like cards like Delina. And here's why. We have to expose her, and she has a long back. She is a 3/2. She is not coming out of the trenches intact. I mean, maybe, but you might have to commit Pyroglyph triggers to blowing up blockers if you want her to survive, at which point you have been defeated anyway. Um, so I don't like these kind of clunky things that only make you one. If we're going to be doing that, this is where I would be playing Devastating Onslaught, where I would be playing Stargaze. Like, instead of make one every turn, I would be trying to fish for the thing that's going to drop 4 in. We could try Duke Older Ravengard, yeah. He's very expensive, but I think he is meaningfully better than Delina. Because we have that line of text about another Lurgoyf enters, Myriad is crazy high value. Like, the difference between getting 1 clone and 2 clones is like astronomical. So other things that I would kill in that same note are probably Flame Rush. I'm deliberating on Splinter Twin. What I like about Splinter Twin is that it lets us recopy the Goyf without having to risk his life in combat. We have Siegebreaker, but Flame Rush I wouldn't believe in. Riona I do. Calamity I do, because you get 2. This does it without risking it, so I understand that. We have Ironwool Forger already. I think token doublers are probably a bridge too far. Goddamn, Whitebread, we're old. Like many things, this deck comes down to proper yard maintenance. I really think more mulch is the big answer. More mulch, deprioritize things that are going to make you 1 clone, prioritize more highly things that will make you 2 clones. I genuinely think, even though I was smoking a lot of crack on camera earlier, I think enough of your deck lives and dies off of instants and sorceries. Because you have a lot of reanimation, a lot of your card draws instant or sorcery, a lot of your tutors are instant and sorcery, that I think copying a pivotal one could do it. Could do it. This will not work because it's a 1/1. No. Balloon Man is not. We have Iron Will Forger already. Balloon Man doesn't do it because we're going to make him a 1/1 instead of an asterisk, and he deals damage equal to his power. And so Balloon Man is a safe way to make a lot of clones, but all the pings suck dick. How does that layer? I'm presuming the bad way. I will look at Jolly Balloon Man's Scryfall things. We have Dirge already. Okay, token's just a 1/1. So yeah, Balloon Man doesn't do it. I don't think we need haste. This is an ETB trigger. Swinging these guys is really not the most important thing. Oh, this is such a stupid dream, and I love stupid dreams. What about Mirror Style Master? $100% not. 100% not. Maybe cards that can copy triggered abilities. That is a thought. Although cards that can copy triggered abilities, I would value about as much as a card that could make one additional clone. Roaming Throne, great suggestion. Be banned. Get banned on. What's up, Breads? We're doing well. We have Ortheon already. All right, so I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut the suggestions here because chat is now currently suggesting the entirety of the deck that already exists. I think you're on Pyramid. I think unfortunately you're a little bit of an idiot, but not totally. Like, you're an idiot that I'm rooting for. I think this is a bad dream that I do support. I think the only thing we can do without retooling the deck from the ground up is mulch. Because otherwise we have to stay very tight on this game plan. I would recommend things that do myriad, things that go over the top, like Devastating Onslaught. I would recommend Cursed Recording. I would almost recommend Mirror March. If you were doing more flickering, I would almost recommend Mirror March. I hope. I don't even know what I hope. But I hope for many things, Whitebread, and I hope primarily that you get the fuck out of my office. We're gonna go to the manual ad break, and then we're gonna move on to the next deck. Would Mardu Siegebreaker work? That's why we're moving on. What's the probability of Mirror Match winning you the game? 0. That's the probability. It's 0. I feel so smart when chat suggests my entire deck to me. Yeah, like, I think we're like 12 cards deep into chat just being like, what about this really good card? And it's just there. It's just there in the deck. Mauled, would Pyrogoyf work? That's an interesting one. So Whitebread, if you try these changes and it's still like, we're just not quite getting there, what I would recommend is you can either try Jund for reliability, or you can try Grixis. Yeah, or you can try Grixis for more of a like explosive combo turn. Because what you can do with Grixis is you can start to play, you can get a shitload of clones. So then it becomes much easier to build up this like unstoppable board state of Goyfs. Because you can just go, alright, Goyf 1, if I get one turn with him, Spark Double, Quantum Misalignment, Rite of Replication, there, you know, Phantasmal Image, there's like a million different cheap clones you can play that will solve your issue of, if you exile the first Pyrogoyf, I'm fucked, because you'll hopefully have a clone sticking around. Why not put Kenrith at the helm and have every color so that we can feel joy, Lucius? So that we can feel true joy, real joy. Not simply the hopeless melange of resolving Smothering Tithe every game. All right, I'm gonna grab some water, and then we're gonna move on to Terrence's deck. Remaining roasties being Terrence, Arai Flames, DMC, Fun. Who has hard stops before 4? Tell me in chat. I'm gonna go use the bathroom with my short little. Okay, can't go last, can definitely go third. Prefer earlier if possible. I mostly have a hard stop at 4. Wonderful. Then we simply need to go quickly. Okay, Terrence is here. Terrence is ready. Let's see what Terrence built for the class. This is another spooky deck. For as long as I've been playing Magic, I've been a huge fan of the combat step. If I play a 2-2 on turn 2, best believe I'm swinging it next turn at whoever is running a Llanowar Elves. The goal of this deck is to exploit the combat step. After turn 4, I want to go to combat and have opponents not be sure of what dumb explosive play could possibly happen once combat actually resolves. It's a nothing burger if you don't hit your rocks. Within reason, I want to keep the non-creature, non-artifact spells themed around the commander. I also don't want my creature removal spells to be too single target focused. Would rather most of my fire spells hit multiple targets, hit face, or have benefits. This has to be Azula. This has to be Azula. Deck is themed around aggressive catty behaviors, generating insane value, and the ability to end things in a great ball of fire. Oh yeah, we get to look at our glorious Queen Azula again. I love it. So we're in Spooky, doing hood rat things with my friends. Gooning expeditiously. Oh, we're doing Flash. Oh. Oh, never mind. All right, we're doing some cool stuff. Calling in the goons. I like these. I just think they're neat. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player loses a life. Put a counter on this guy for each 1 life lost this way. Somebody loses the game, put 5 counters on him. Do you guys see what I have to deal with? Maldhound, check this shit out. I love going to combat. I love going to combat quickly and early and doing fucked up things in the combat step. Anyway, here's my 7 mana upkeep trigger. What do you think, Maldhound? I think you lead an inconsistent life, Terrence. I think you talk about dreams that may not come to fruition. Respectfully, all right, good lands. Winning and it's on theme. That's not true. That's not true. This one's a little bit true. A little bit true. Okay. Okay. Not true. I don't know where you think you're getting. What rocks are you hitting? Do you have literal Bitcoin in this deck? There ain't no way. There's no way you just told me the deck is a nothing burger if I don't hit my rocks. Anyway, here's Arcane Signet and 3 Talismans. Oh, you... Deck's good. Hey, deck's good. Deck's great. Very good deck. Very good deck. Can't argue with that. TikTok dancing. Oh my god. Freak maxing. Okay, so let's. Wow. All right. Whew. I am going to try to point these problems out one at a time. Because we have dedicated space to the Voltron kill. We have dedicated space towards casting things in the middle of combat that we should not be able to cast, that we should not be allowed to cast. We have then dedicated more space to these are, ooh, look, good value plays that I can just make in the middle of combat. And that's going to present a problem where it's difficult to do any one reliably. Like, we're going to have games where we have enough lands. That's, hey, gold star, A+, you have enough lands. But you're going to present a very, very different deck game to game to game, because some games, oh, you're just going to hit, like, the Buster Sword, or you're just going to hit, like, Key to the Vault. And then some games, you're going to be holding a Comet Storm that you never have the mana for. Like, if we want to go big mana instance, that is 100% some shit you can do in Grixis. It requires a fair bit of support. If we draw any of these 4X spells, and we haven't drawn Sozin's Comet or Ozai, we're pretty cooked. We're pretty cooked. Flea Screaming. I think that's you after you see how the deck goes. Like Bottle Cap Blast, super cute. A little bit of protection, definitely not enough for the type of shit we're laying down. But let me just go straight to the playtest, because I like everything you're doing here, but you're like, it's like you've shown up to a dance competition and you've gone, I know what the problem is, judges. Clearly, nobody has ever combined flossing with the worm. And then you break your neck in the middle of the seizure that you have on stage. Does this one look good? Okay, we have one trick to do. We have one trick to do and we have protection. And then we have some very expensive shit. Oh good, Emergence Zone. Save me, Emergence Zone. Alright, and herein, God bless you, Moxfield. Herein, we are reaching the problem. Because we have cute value thing. We have Voltron kill. We have cute value thing. Big greedy, big greedy. If we were committed to any one of these strategies, the other cards that are not a part of its bucket could be better support. If we were committed to, I'm gonna do hot tempo plays in the middle of combat all the time, our deck could be filled with cute and cheap interaction like Snap and Lightning Bolt. We could have more 2-mana rocks to get our commander out on turn 3 reliably. We could have like Bender's Water Skin because more of our interaction would be castable for 1 mana. Like, there's just, we have the highlights of 3 totally different decks all fighting for space in one spot. It's like you're trying to have an orgy on a twin bed, to be perfectly frank with you. That's the phenomenon. So on this, our glorious turn 3, I feel compelled to do a bounce land so that we can play our commander. And I will discard Siege Smash. We have to play this, so we get Azula on curve, having discarded something to hand size. Next turn. Alright, it's time. I go and I firebend. I get 2 mana. I can lightning bolt somebody. Dope as fuck. I lightning bolt 2 people. Get shit on. I don't have enough mana for Comet Storm to be worth casting. I can snap. Would that do it? Let me think. Hold on, let me think. How greedy can this turn get? We can kind of do a little bit of something here. We can warp Starwinder. Tap out for this. Move to combat. 1 red goes to lightning bolt, 1 red goes to snap. I hopefully get to draw 4. Hell yes. We figured it out. God bless warp costs. Then we go to our next turn. We have no more removal, or we could use Comet Storm to remove somebody mid-combat, but now all we're really hoping to do is Azula, flash this in, hopefully copy it. I beg you not to block me. It really goes from nothing to a 100. Right, and it's going from nothing to a 100 because you're having an orgy on a bunk bed. Once you find your position, unstoppable. Until then, it's a lot of kneecaps and armpits. And so if you want the kneecaps and armpits feature to be corrected, we have to tunnel down how many different things we're trying to do. Like if you just weren't trying to do a surprise 1-tap, the other 2 things instantly become very reliable. If you weren't trying to do as many big mana things, the Voltron kill and the hee hee ha ha copies instantly become more reliable. And another problem you're going to deal with is like, Azula deserves the death penalty. Not even Iroh wanted to let this bitch live. And so there's always the argument of like, hey man, don't kill my commander, I'm gonna do something funny. Most of these things are funny for you. Right? It's like, hey man, don't remove my commander, I'm gonna do something funny. And then the funny thing is I bounced both of your creatures and also got to cast Arcane Signet. It's in a similarly difficult to politic position as Vivi. It's not as bad as Vivi, in my opinion. It's not as bad as Vivi, but you're in a pretty rough spot when it comes to getting people to let you cook. And so we've just cut it very, very close on, we got what, 3 protection spells in the deck? Well, okay, hold on. 1, 2, 7, right? This is equipment, so not technically. So 6 instants that we can do to protect her. That's not a whole lot. So if you kill the Voltron, I personally don't believe in the rituals because I don't think the rituals do very much unless you have an X spell already in hand. What I do believe in is something you've already hit on, which is treasure generation. Yummy, yummy treasure generation. Yeah, if you do Bottle Cap Blast on a Llanowar Elves, you are the happiest motherfucker ever. And I at least believe in your ability to hold on to those treasures for a later turn to do one of these X spells. I don't believe it's like Seething Song to me this is like dead card. Unless there's some type of, I'm sure there's a reiterate loop you can do with it. Chat's talking about a Narset reversal loop, like all well and good. But unless you're going for the combo that turn, you're just staring at this card going like, oh, one day I'm gonna cast you and they're all gonna see. They're all gonna see. And I don't like doing that in my Commander games. I don't like doing that as much. Rituals are basically just to kill someone, yeah. Then okay, at the risk of offending your dreams, Terrence, my most earnest recommendation for the deck would probably be to cut the things that are, this is exclusively to get a one-shot kill, and do more things that can build you up over time. Because, like, God, do I love Malcolm. God, do I love Key to the Vault. Cackling Counterpart's great. Ooh. This is ramp now. Listen to me, Terrence. Yeah, Azula takes a selfie mid-murder. You can't deny she would do that. You can't deny she would do that. Hear me out, Terrence. Listen to me. Because I notice we are a copy enjoyer. And I do think the bit of live streaming the Agni Kai is dope. The most unfortunate part about this is like we can't copy Azula with it, but we can't do that with Cackling Counterpart either. This can copy lands, this can copy mana rocks, we could get multiple Buster Swords. Oh, you could have 3 keys to the vault. We could have 3 keys to the vault. And it has flashbacks, so you get it twice. Yes, any non-legendary. Oh, Key to the Vault's legendary? Shut the fuck up. Alright. What's with everybody in my chat having read Key to the Vault? None of you liked this card 3 weeks ago. None of you liked this card 3 weeks ago. Now we all know it as a super type. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. You could copy the Blood Tyrant. You could definitely copy Blood Tyrant. Stunt Double's super fucking funny. Yeah, what else could we get in here that whips? Because I like what you're going for. I like all the things you're going for. I just think our reach exceeds our grasp. Like this deck is a really big sandwich, and we have a small mouth. Slither Wisp. I don't think we have that. We don't need that. We're still gonna be punching people pretty hard. C double literally can't be copied. What if you shut up, Aiko? I'm not reading these cards. I refuse to do it. I refuse to read these fucking cards. Fuck you. Fuck you. Ugh. I love C double and VP, but yeah, we can't copy it. It's heinous dog shit. Realm sketching. I think the problem is PC Cerritos. We have to find a way to break timing restrictions. If we don't break timing restrictions, then realm sketching isn't getting copied. Harley, Randy, thank you for the 8 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Torrential Gearhulk is good. My worry with Torrential Gearhulk is I don't think we have that many great instants to copy. We have a lot of them. I mean, I guess we have so many we might as well. Yeah, this guy would be pretty fucking good. Yeah, I can't argue against him being here. Magar of the Magic Strings, how badly do you want to cook? That's a good question, Terrence. How badly do you want to cook? How badly do you want to Voltron kill somebody, and how badly do you want to tie one of them up and hit them with fucking lightning bolt over and over and over again? This is sorcery. That's gonna be a tougher one. Yeah, Justin on YouTube. Sometimes we will do free roast streams. That is not happening today. Today, these were all purchased via Ko-Fi. I also forgot to go live on TikTok because I'm an idiot. Ooh. Dig Through Time's pretty good. It's also very, like, value pilled. Oh no, there goes the bandwidth. Please, no. That's a pretty funny clone. So the thing, here's the thing about Twinning Staff Iridium. It's incredibly win more. It does work with our commander. Or like it works directly with our commander, which I think helps it a little bit. Could we please do Fevered Suspicion? No. No, you cannot. We cannot have Fevered Suspicion. We cannot have I think what we're leaning towards right now is a lot of like pretty cute 4 to 5 mana plays. I don't think we do have Elminster's. That's a funny card. If we're gonna play all these funny cards, what we do need more of is we need the Signets. We need Ornithopter of Paradise. We might even need fucking like Crystalline Crawler. Like we need more stuff to be confident that we're gonna keep hitting our mana. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, you need more ramp. Oh, that's dumb. Oh, that's dumb and awesome. So we're gonna get to Cascade. We won't get the double Cascade because this is a cast trigger, not a copy trigger, but we will Cascade into something that we then copy because it's being copied during combat. So we get a copy of the cascaded thing, and then we get 2 clones. Oh, but of any permanent that entered this, that's really rough. Because I feel like more often than not. Guys, wait. This is 6 mana Sky Shroud claim. Because more often than not, the only thing that's gonna have entered is a fucking land. And so we're gonna go land drop Sakashima's Protege. I get 2 more islands and whatever I cascaded for. Take that, shitheads. Take that, you fucking idiots. That is a hilarious floor. I would recommend that instantly. This is fine. It's mostly a protection spell, which I think we have better ones in blue. Or I guess, no, we can put it on opponent's creatures. Ooh, that's a bit evil. Ooh. Ooh, that's a little bit hateful. I like that. That's kind of foul. steal 2 whatever things for 1 black mana. Eventually, I'm robbing you on layaway. Yeah, I think this does work for Azula's flavor as well. I think this kind of works. I worry about playing too many cards that require other cards to be set up in our hand or graveyard, because this deck is already overreaching a little bit. Well, Badgers, it's only 2 red pips because 2 are provided via Azula. Oh, it's in there already too. Well, that makes even more sense because it is a little bit of an overreach. Okay. So what I would recommend overall, this is a hilarious dream. I'm going to pause looking at card suggestions for a moment. This is a hilarious dream. I think if you want the dream to be all of these funny, haha, irresponsible cards, you should go up to at least 10 mana rocks. You may even want to consider like a Worn Power Stone, because this is some expensive shit you are trying to do. You have enough lands that I believe in your land situation. But I think you need to be very, very confident in having the option to play turn 3 Azula if we want to proceed with this as the game plan. Like 5 more, yes. Or you can play like Nightscape Familiar in place of it. This is a cost reducer. You could play the medallions, although I don't believe in the medallions as much. But if you are leaning really heavy into one color, like you could play Ruby Medallion and be pretty confident. I think Nightscape Familiar looks the best here because it covers 80, 90% of your whole deck. We're not doing Mind Splice Apparatus. Absolutely not Elikman. This is a... you are recommending another limited commander deck. This wouldn't be the worst mana rock ever, actually. Yeah. You could use it as a protection from a crackback, or you could double ramp for it. It's a pretty funny mana rock. They have winged boots already. We definitely don't need that. That's just too expensive in pips that we're not focusing on. I think Avatar Roku's funny. I don't think he is funny enough for how distracting he is from our primary game plan. And I think, quite frankly, we are capped out on the funny budget. Half of the cards in this deck are funny cards. We got to bring up the responsible cards. We got to do push-ups in the morning. We got to have eggs instead of cereal. We got to drink green tea. We're not running Firebender's Ascension. You stop. You fucking stop. Insight Engine is not a great draw engine. Actually, you can dump to Firebend. I'm actually kind of sold on the Firebending point. I'm capping. I think the floor on this is really decent. It's not very strong. It's not super strong, but Azula's Firebending mana, if we don't have anything else to spend it on, that's pretty good. Ninjutsu is put. Ninjutsu is I believe ninjutsu is an ability, not a cast. No, Time Kit. It's too divorced from the rest of what this deck is doing. There's like you can do Azula Theft, but that's another thing where like you just make the whole deck about that. You just make the whole deck about that. No, the people I think we're at the end of the recommendations part because again, chat is getting just straight up fucking crazy. Yeah, they're recommending rituals. They're recommending rituals. We can't listen to them. Yeah, like the entire upshot of this is Azula will eventually make 4 mana instead of 2 mana. We can't be doing that. We cannot be doing that. We got to be serious people. We got to be serious people doing serious things. How else should we cook all of the cards we've already gone over? We have so many. We have so many dumb little tricks to do. A deck cannot have 80 funny cards in it. It doesn't work anymore. Like the deck is already cooking. The problem with this deck is not that it's not cooking, it's that it's trying to cook like 4 different meals at once and it's burning shit. Yeah, we got to stop trying to cook more and we've just got to fucking set the table, man. We just have to set the table. That's it. Stop with all these fucking dinner rolls and eggnog. Knock it off. I know it's the season. I do not believe Firebender Ascension would copy Azula's static ability. Because yeah, okay. It does not work. Here's why. Well, maybe. Hold on. No, this is a triggered ability. It's a triggered ability with a condition. Ooh, maybe? We don't need Dictate of Erebos. That does nothing here. It doesn't. Okay, doesn't work. No, fuck this card. Terrence, you are going to replace Cardavar in the Squirrel from Ice Age type beat because this is an excellent deck. We all know that this is our glorious queen, and we are quite frankly doing too much. I sentence you to setting the fucking table before you try to make even more macaroni. But thank you very much for submitting. We're gonna hit the manual ad break, and then DMC said third, so we'll keep it moving right along and move on to DMC, and then Arai, are you okay to be the caboose today? I'm holding on through the sickness. Delicious. All right, I'm gonna go pee. How does someone get their deck reviewed by you? Grimlock, it is mostly on Ko-Fi. We sell reviews every Sunday. We also do free roast raffle reviews every once in a while. The last one happened Saturday. What else did I miss? I see Craxiness is recommending that we lie to our table and tell them that Azula is an attack trigger because it says attacking on both cards. That's certainly an idea. Sauron's standard price is $69. You have, you can also spend $500 for me to drop what I'm doing and roast your deck instantly. Or you can spend $694.20 to have me go get my girlfriend Z and have us co-roast your deck instantly. I think currently we are doing a price freeze for the month of December because we just switched over from monthly to weekly. But right now you have like 8 to 10 minutes every week before they sell out, which is pretty short. Hey boss, why do you put your camera in the bottom right instead of the bottom left? It seems like you could put them over the prices and total cards rather than metrics. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. Quite frankly. I personally, I don't appreciate people who come into my stream and lie. Graphic design is my passion. I spend a lot of time thinking about where my camera should be. And it's already fucking in the spot. You came in here, like you come in, you don't even look. You don't even look at where my camera's positioned. The actual answer is for going to Scryfall. Because you see how right now I'm blocking the card a little bit on Scryfall. The Scryfall screen has to be zoomed like this for vertical feeds that I will use occasionally. I'm not using them today, and I haven't used them for like a week or so. We do see the text middle, to be fair. That is true, but you cannot pretend that this is not a like aesthetic downgrade to being able to see the whole card. At least in my mind it is. And so I have the camera go on the right. I have the camera go on the right so that I can have this clear space and like this whole section right here basically gets cropped down for the vertical section. Since I just got an elk notification, I need to know which one of you started the your Moxfield has been mentioned clickbait. I think... Let me look on our DMs. I don't remember. Grumpy Dude, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 4th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. Got to play Spitties for the first time today at the LGS, then got it stolen and guessed the card they swiped correctly. Top 10 hype moments. Best card ever. Let me find this, and then we're going to do DMC. God, Elk sends me so much bullshit. This is them just fucking flame posting. This is them fucking bullying me about how much more money they make than me. Ba 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 ba. Is them sending a clown gif for no reason. Them talking about fucking coitus for Kodos the Fangkeeper. How long ago did we... This is April. We had to have... I have no idea then. I probably robbed that motherfucker. Stone cold. Stone cold. I'm on 2 monitors, Nikki. Okay, Chakotay, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. My pod is buying me a box for my birthday, and I think I'm choosing Wilds of Eldraine. Is that dumb? It's not dumb if you like the set. Especially if you're buying a box of Magic cards, your only concern should be, do I love this setting? Do I love the arts? Do I love the mechanics in this set enough to be happy with most of the dog shit I open? That's what's going to make you happy. You have to enjoy opening bad cards. Okay, let's go to DMC's deck. Keep it moving, swiftly, briskly. This is a silly deck. Ever wish you had the riz of an unkillable man? In the source material, not here. This deck dies to removal. Kick back with 3 dog and send your goons out to fight super juiced. I built this deck as a bit of a pet deck full of auras that I think are funny, but only really kind of work when you have a bunch of them, or are pretty juiced when you get a bunch of ETB triggers. A few are auras that I just find funny. The deck is meant to be pretty silly, but still has the ability to close out a game. Alright, so if you've not played with 3 dog, you are a radio station host who, for some reason, can copy Bankais. When you attack, you can pay 2 mana and sack an aura attached to him to give a token copy of it to each other attacking creature you control. So we need to be going wide. I love that our ramp is just nothing. I better see a hyper reasonable curve. We have 37 lands. That's good. Confessor level Riz. Oh my god, fucking flanking. Motherfucker really said, I'm gonna spend 2 mana to give a creature +2/+2 because I know it will make people mad that I'm utilizing flanking. Alright, Riz for draw. Atali's Favor is very cute. Atali's Favor is probably one of the best cards you could be running. Just in terms of like shitty little cute cards that end up working really well. I'm not a huge fan of going card neutral in shit-ass, no-good, loser-ass decks, but we'll see how it goes here. ETB draw a card. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. ETB draw a card. That's what I like to see. Okay, the ETB draws I'm with. Riz for protection. Oh, we got a lot of tags. Riz amplifiers. That seems okay. I don't believe in that very much. I believe in him as a tutor. I don't believe in him as a fighter. So how are we getting wide? I've seen some dumb auras. I like that. I've seen some good auras. I like that. I've seen some easy cuts. I like that. I've seen some kickable children. I enjoy that conceptually. Top right category. Riz recipient making. Only 9. That worries me. Oh, are we being a Manic Pixie Dream deck right now? Are we too good for Adeline all of a sudden? God forbid. Yes. All right, then okay. If we're doing that, if we're doing Manic Pixie Dream Girl, I'm not allowed to play good. I'm gonna do a kooky strategy. I'm not allowed to play good cards. What is the line? Because I cannot help but notice Lil Bald Man that many people would think is a good Magic card. We gotta draw some boundaries on the sandbox. We're being like, I'm not using a single. No Anim Pakal, because I'm presuming Anim Pakal is over the line of this one's too good. I just want to know if you can be disqualified, if you can be overqualified for this deck. I want to know what the ceiling on qualifications are. Because if Adeline's too good, I would class Adeline in the same tier as Monastery Mentor. I would 100% be like Krenko, Jacked Rabbit, Squire's Devotion. Fuck yeah. I put Jacked Rabbit in over Adeline. And yet Elemental Master... Okay. Val... Devastating. Devastating that you said that. That's... Pearl Ear is in here. Danica Capuchin is in here. Oh, wait. No. Okay. Muscular Women. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Eidolon of Countless Battles is fucked up. Stop calling me out on Danitha, boss. Stop running them in decks that don't want her. Ramp is very generous, but our curve is pretty tightly constrained. If we go down... Yeah, look. What are we ramping towards? We live in a hobbit house. We don't need step stools. What I would worry most about, without going to the playtest, I would worry most about reliable token generation. Because like Squire's Devotion, oh yeah, it makes some Riz recipients. Not until we have a couple. Or it like takes many turns to really turn over. I think the same is true for Windcrag Siege. I think the same is true... Now, Archon, high ceiling. Very, very high ceiling. Elemental Mastery also takes a long time to get going. Ghostly Dancers also takes a long time to get going. Jacked Rabbit. This is where I think the lack of ramp concerns me deeply. Let's just see. Oh good, Pearl Ear's here. Oh good, Thrill of Possibility is here. Idyllic Tutor, please. Alright, I Convict and I Reconnaissance. I 3-dog. Okay, so now I'm in the issue. Now I'm in the issue I just talked about. Where I have a little bit of card selection, I have a little bit of interaction, I have a tutor, I don't really have a way to get all of my recipients. You know, I can go Demonic Ruckus, draw a card. And I can Thrill of Possibility and discard the worst card in your deck to draw 2. Oh, good. We can bring everyone down to our speed. Amazing. All right, which one can we find with the tutor? Is it that Archon? Is he a... He's not an enchantment. Which one of our Riz creators is an Oh, are you talking about Windcrag Siege right now, you little fucking liar? Yeah, that is true. I could also Idyllic Tutor for fucking... We're going back to the... What else could I Idyllic Tutor for? Hold on. We have a lot of these. I could also do it for Dragon Mantle. Solve all my problems. Oh, fuck. Ruckus is on Graveyard. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate that. Okay, so we have a lot of recursion. We have a little bit of tutoring. A little bit of protection. A little bit of fucking ridiculous bullshit. Yeah, Starry-Eyed knows what I'm about. I guarantee you this beats everything you're currently doing. This is your hero. It's so slow, though. Have you seen the deck? This man is pulling up to his job 11 minutes late, Starbucks latte in hand. Yeah, he is not in a rush. Yeah, I do think Assemble the Legion has a pretty decent flavor argument with the commander as well. I'm trying to think of what other... You don't have the mana for Call to Coppercoats. This is fine. There might be something in Evasion Riz that we could get rid of for this. Eh. Oh, as a protection piece. Yeah, you could... I think you could probably swap out Shard Mages for it. Riz moving, sure. Okay, I did not see these. Wowza. Wowza. Alright. Okay, I think... Sun Warriors, Upriser Renegade, Ian the Reckless, and Firebending Student. These are the 4 cards that I would personally recommend you swap over to a little bit more reliability in terms of generating Recipients. I don't think they're bad cards, but I think these are some of the most, like, stuff has to really be going right. Stuff has to really be going right for quite a while before these feel better than having access to, like, Adeline, Enim Bakal, hell, even Call the Coppercoats or Assemble the Legion. This one, though, is pretty high variance. So I do understand not playing this one, because if you don't bring the deck into a pod with other token players, you're just plain old fucked. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, the land base. Oh, Lord, the mulligans. All right. We have Atali's favor. That has to do it. We'll hit another land. We fucking did it. We're the goats. I don't know why I pulled that onto him. All right, Atali's favor. Discover 3. Fuck yeah, Core Spirit Dancer. Fuck yeah. And now we go... Probably Ghostly Dancers. We just hope for the best. Ghostly Dancers would blow this shit wide open. Yeah, go Ghostly Dancers. Attacking doesn't matter this turn. I ramp. I swing. Bam bam. Oh, we gotta swing with everybody though. Ooh, that's a little bit risky. That's fine. So 2 Atali's favors go here. I get 2 3/1s. Great. This is cast, not enter, so I don't get to draw a card, but I get to discover 3 twice. Galvanic Arc. I cast onto Core Spirit Dancer. Casting this, I get to draw a card, and I shoot something for 3. And then I get Champion of the Flameout. Holy fuck, I see why we love this card. Oh, 3-Dog doesn't have to attack. Okay. We keep the sleepy radio DJ at home. Yeah, it should go on dog for next time. I think it depends. Depending on what you have to be swinging Core Spirit Dancer into, you may have to put Galvanic Arc on it so it doesn't die. If you can survive combat with a 3/5, then Galvanic Arc can go here. If you can't, you get a 5/7 with First Strike. Or a 5/7 with First Strike. So depending. Then next turn, all that glitters, I win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pay 2, sack all that glitters. I get 5. I get an all that glitters on each of these motherfuckers. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 artifacts total. I make 5 more spirits. I see why you enjoy the deck, DMC. My fucking god. Okay, so we're very high variance because we have all that glitters, and then we also have that 2 mana enchantment that just gives fucking flanking. This even more convinces me that it even more convinces me that we are being petulant to not include, like, Anim Pakal, Adeline, Anok Strike Leader, because it seems like so much of the hotness happens when you get these, like, not recycling, but when you get these synergies around, because enchantment, because I attack, I poop out more guys to copy more enchantment on to get more enchantment value onto. We don't need Anointed Procession. We don't need to double it. We just need to have the things that make the tokens in the first place. Whereas instead, we have a bitch with a side shave. And I'm not saying I don't get it. I'm just saying, come on, look at this fucking board. You know what fucks in this deck? Ocelot Pride. Ocelot Pride fucks in every deck. It came free with being in white. Thundering Raiju is pretty cute. Let me see how are we going if I don't have my beautiful, delicious all that glitters. I Thrill of Possibility, fuck Codsworth. Tremendous. 3-Dog. Swift Top Retreat. SRAM Aura Draw. God damn it. This shit ass loser. We play a Snarl, we reveal. And then we go Squire's Devotion. Make a 1/1. Depending, we have Pain for All. Depending on how the board state currently looks, we can either be greedy and we can swing both of these guys and Squire's Devotion them to get that self-fulfilling. Firebending Student pays for the trigger, basically. That seems unnecessary. Like, all of these playtests, you have enough lands, You have enough card selection, and your curve is responsible enough that needing Firebending Student to pay for the triggers. See, it seems like another thing of like we're being hyper reliable in all the areas that don't seem to matter as much as just making these fuck ass tokens to put our Riz on. Because if I get to Squire's Devotion here, and I get to go bam bam, 2 more guys. Oh, next turn's gonna get fucked up, believe you me. Believe you me. Cast this to draw. This again is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is a crazy thing you put in this deck because you are evil. I still don't give a fuck about playing you. I cast Agility. And then I go to combat and I probably make them all angels. Oh, but Squire's Devotion I can't keep reusing because I need to get it. So this is why we need the movers, because now I don't have any way to keep. So even more so, this makes me value even more highly the creatures that just keep making you new 1/1s so that we don't have to do Squire's Devotion as early. Yeah, already here, Time Kit. The deck is very well made. Like, if there's a card you think is good, it's probably already in this deck, and it does look like just pure crack when it does function. See, here's our... here's the fucking guy. Reconnaissance. Oh, wow, I get a monk. Demonic Ruckus. Oh, wow, I get a monk and a card. And now we're stalled a little bit. Probably not. I could sack this. Oh, good. I've drawn nothing. And now all these have +1/+1. So I have like +3 power to each creature. I think that's okay. And they all have prowess. And then the stuff in my hand. Yeah, one-sided board wipe +3 to each creature. We probably win that game. Yeah, Tempest Technique is the one I don't believe in as much because our storm count is probably like nothing. If we ever got to do it, probably crack cocaine. But yeah, I'm debating the floor being like DMC, thank you for the 100-bit share. I tried Tempest Technique here. We don't have the mana to do a storm turn to make this worthwhile. But do you have the mana to just go, this is a... Would you pay 4 mana for all that glitters? Because I think that's the argument for this card. We don't have Anok Strike Leader. It was apparently too good. No, you are crazy and evil. You are crazy and evil. Serial designation, you have to name that fantasy city Newer York. Kokude, it is a Ko-Fi commission thing, actually. Boros Sephiroth could be a funny top end. Like, he's pretty expensive. He would have to replace like Sun Warriors or Thundering Raiju, or like Archon of the Wild Rose. But I do think he would be better than some of these. Or I do think he'd be better than all of these. The cartouches are in considering. Oh, we got a lot. All right, haste, don't need it. Lifelink, don't need it. First Strike, don't need it. Aki Battle Squad, we don't have the mana for it. Counters, we're not bitches. Double Strike's a little bit aggressive. Loyal Apprentice is probably worth playing. Inventory management I could kind of see. This would make the deck worse, which I think is why it's in considering rather than in the main deck. This would make the deck worse, but it would open up situations in which you could Voltron kill somebody. If you swing like a bunch of dickheads and then you go like, oh, you only blocked 2? What if all of the auras were on the 2 you didn't block? I like that. Our commander's 3-dog, Voice of Madness. Absolutely not. Oh god, I really wanna... I don't think you can. I think all the times that this doesn't work would ruin you spiritually. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? That's all I have to say about that section. Yeah, most of the stuff on the sideboard looks pretty cute. I think the only thing I think this deck needs is more stuff in Riz recipient making. That really seems to be where the deck can gas out pretty badly if I don't get the other shit to dump all my auras onto. It feels real rough. Hell yeah, 4 turns, what's happening? Oh, exile them at the next end step. Oh! Okay. I get to draw 1. No, not one of our fucking win more dickheads. Get out of here. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Oh, you're the devil. I didn't even catch this. I was so busy looking at the cute synergies and the fucking terrible, terrible ramp cards. I didn't even notice you had MLD in here. And you can't argue that it's not. You can't argue that this is not mass land destruction when your intent is to flood the board with 1/1s and give them all a copy of this. This is 100%. In practice, it is. In practice, it 100% is. And you're a bunch of rage baiters if you say otherwise. That's like saying, here's what you just told me. This is an MLD. You can counter it. What the fuck do you mean? Just counter the spell, bro. Yeah, like we're not... If Planetary Annihilation isn't MLD, that isn't MLD, LOL. I think you ask that to somebody you hit with 5 of them, and then you come talk to me about it. Like, I think this is one of the things where this is high roll derogatory. Because if you... Is copying the effective strip mine 20 times MLD? Yes. We can quibble about how many turns it happens over, but if you could play and strip mine me 4 times a turn, MLD. MLD 100%. Eldrazi Conscription is MLD in this deck. Important difference. Eldrazi Conscription will just fucking kill you. Like if I hit you with an Eldrazi Conscription board that is wide enough, first of all, the Annihilator 2 trigger when I copied it won't even trigger. You will be dead to combat damage before you ever have to sacrifice lands. It's not the same effect, Blue Jay. We must think things through. There is no world in which on like turn 4 Eldrazi Conscription is going to make you sack 2 lands. There is a world where Eldrazi Conscription, where you get like 8 of these, and then you just win. Oh no, I meant this being MLD. No, I still don't think that's true. Like, I think and I'm gonna say some shit that the internet's gonna fight against, but I know I'm right. I think the thing that makes this toe the line for me is how early it can come down and cripple somebody. Like we haven't done it this game. But if we're imagining like a high roll for the deck, I think the high roll is turn 1, nothing. Turn 2, Anok Strike Leader. Turn 3, 3-Dog. Turn 4, this. And then if I have a 1-mana Aura, sure. Or I play like a ramp spell or something. And then the high roll involves Anok Strike Leader being able to get its 1/1s off. And then I swing like 4 1/1s at somebody to get through on turn 5. That person's fucked. That person's fucked. That's not even considering like if I get a bunch of flying creatures that I can enchant with this, and then like turn 6, turn 7, I just hit you with like 5 flyers. Evil, diabolical. If the table clears it, go off. But this is nonsense that you have just shown me. Anyway, back to this horrible, no good playtest. It's turn 5. I guess I can play these 2 spells. I go to my next turn. So he's 2 now. So I think I go Elemental Mastery on him. Now he's buffed up from Sage's Reverie. He's +1 here. +3/+3 here. So he has 5 power. I make 5 1/1s. Swing Ian. Sack Sage's Reverie. And I get 1 for each of the 1/1s I made from Elemental Mastery. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Am I drawing 48 cards right now? Alright, I pick up half my deck. God damn. The epic highs and lows of high school football are crazy in this. So turn 6, I pick up half my deck. I have 6 creatures who are all swinging with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with +8/+8. So that's 45 damage here, 55 damage, and I get to shoot for 10. Now you're thrown out of the pod. You've killed somebody before turn 8. You're not allowed in bracket 2 games anymore. You're going to hell. And then we try to win the next turn because we've drawn half our deck. All the elemental mastery guys go away, but I'm presuming that we can overcome that with the power of the 48 fucking cards we have drawn. Wowza. Yeah. I'm going to stand by my only recommendation. This deck is hot as fuck. The only thing, and I'm going to sound like a hypocrite when I say this, the only thing holding you back from greatness is your obsession with women with side shaves. And I guess cats. If these two were token makers instead of fucking cost 1 less to cast, deck is infallible. Immediately infallible. It's very excellent. It's extremely good. Make some goddamn tokens. Foxes are cats. You trust AI? Nah. Hold on. You have to go deeper. Foxes have an ancestor with cats, but then again, so do dogs. Yeah, dogs are cats. I think using the selector tool should make... It's been so long since I did any of this shit, though. Oh, god damn it. This is the AI overview. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. I rest my case. I rest my fucking case. Wait, what? So anyway, tremendous deck. I think the only thing keeping it back from peak for me, jokes aside, is the extremely high degree of variance, which I think has a lot to do with The fact that we have ignored token makers for shitty 2-mana enchantments that give flanking, which I 100% understand. But I think the moment you upped the Riz generators just a little bit, those cocaine high rolls get way more reliable, and then I'm in love with it. So DMC, thank you very much for the submission. We're going to go to the manual ad break, and then fun. Let's get you handled, and then we will make fun of a sick person. I will be right back. I'm going to go use the bathroom. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, the sick person is the person after me? Yeah, you're the ill person. Alright. Never have I been rage baited like this. Like what? Hello, Diamond Hound. Okay, let's go see what Fun has sent in. Silly, comma, scary. Immediate mistake. Immediately wrong, man. We don't, like, you don't go to a comedy show and then halfway through they pretend to shoot a man. Like, it doesn't mix. This deck is a quiz game, with the commander's second ability being most relevant to gameplay. The rest of the deck is a mill game where I know what you're drawing and I can play a small amount of lantern control. The deck is strong, and while the main game plan is silly, the win condition is scary and real. Oh my... Brother. This is gonna be a tight one. Truth and consequences. Ignore the first ability on the commander. Oh. I hate that everybody is gonna let you play this, because if you don't play this, you just go, oh yeah, I can put Grand Arbiter Augustine in the command zone. Alright. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, look at the top card of their library. Tell them the name of that card. They tell you its mana cost, type line, power, and toughness. Reveal the card. If they got anything wrong, draw a card. You are the devil! It's a fucking quiz game, he says! This is a quiz game, he says! To play Rhystic Study in the command zone. That's it. Of course you'd play this! This is half of a consecrated sphinx! Nobody knows what the power and toughness of their cards are. Bro, every upkeep I go digging in your ass. Alright, this must be excellent. If you can't remember the card, it belongs in the yard. That's horrible. Regrettably, this is the funniest 2-card combo I've seen in my life. I'm sorry to say. Tell me the mana cost, type line, power, and toughness of your favorite pet card. Oh, you got it wrong? I'll draw a card and you will mill it. Fuck, that's good. Fuck, that's really good. This is godless. This is a godless card. Manic Scribe. Okay, on ETB. Okay, so this is not part of the game. That's just a mill card. This is kind of part of the game, but is mostly a mill card. This is part of the game and a mill card. This is part of the game and a mill card. Okay. Survivability for when Timmy is upset with me. Wrong. I'm tired of this reshuffling graveyard shit. Just let yourself deck. You are a coward, but I understand it as you are in Azorius, and you are playing a goddamn Fed deck. 5 life? We can't. Fun. I'm doing better with being rage baited, right? You can't look me in the eyes and be like, yes, this is the only way I know of to spend 3 mana to gain 5 life. There are no other methods at my disposal by which I could spend 3 mana and gain 5 life. Truly, I must play Elixir of Immortality. Alright, Honor the Fallen. Okay, sure, you little hater. Normal coward shit. More normal coward shit. Beautiful, beautiful. Name a card. Target opponent guesses whether a card with that name is in your hand. You may reveal your hand. If you do and your opponent guessed wrong, draw a card. That's funny. Then we have stacks. So we're doing stacks to win. No, you don't get to play this. You can fool me. You can fool me with the fucking commander. You can fool me with the fucking commander. You do not get to play fucking white Rhystic Study against me. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Never mind. We have it instead of blue Rhystic Study. That's peak comedy again. Yeah. You're back. You're back. Do you want me to play this or blue Rhystic Study? Fuck. Okay. Godparrow's statue is truly terrible, but whatever. I'm helping you study the cards in your graveyard for the next game. Okay. It doesn't look like we're doing doubling. I don't see Bruvac, the little shitlord. Okay. Regrettably. This shit is hilarious. I don't think you need Bruvac. What I think you need is, if we're not playing Bruvac, I think Folio of Fancies and Drowned Secrets, or not Drowned Secrets. I think Folio of Fancies and Fascination seem wildly weak compared to your overall strategy here. I think the diamonds and the medallions, kind of the same thing. I understand you need mana, but this just seems like we used all of our brain power coming up with this hilarious gimmick. I have some card draw based mill. Right, that's correct. I'm saying these are not good enough draw pieces or good enough mill pieces. Like, you have card draw based mill. I would rather draw more cards than I think these will give you access to in a reasonable time. Folio of Fancies I could maybe see, because if you're doing draw go, you can pay XX at the end of a turn cycle. But Fascination's sorcery speed. This motherfucker does not have an excuse. Hateful. Fucking hateful. Right, I'm saying that's not a good enough mill spell. I understand. If you're in, I think you're in like bracket 3, bracket 4. I think stacks typically tends to make people angrier than it otherwise would, and so most people crank it up. Like, I think most of these card picks are very good. I think this is a very hilarious thing you have going on. I just don't think you make enough mana. I don't think you make enough mana for this to be what I would go for. Compared to, and I'm always comparing it to, if you're in Azorius, your typical game plan is, we go to my upkeep, I draw a card, I pass, I begin fucking with you. Yeah? That's normally what we're doing. And so whenever I'm looking at a higher power version of that, I'm always comparing everything in my fucking life to Consult the Star Charts. I'm comparing it to, okay, well, I could tap out tapping out everything on your turn is a big risk. We don't want to do it typically unless we're about to win the game because of it. And the amount of mana we have to put into Fascination to win the game because of it just seems like so much. Because we're not doubling up the mill a lot. Maybe this could finish somebody off, but at that point, like, a lot has gone right in the rest of the game. So I think this could just be an instant speed card advantage spell, so that when you're playing draw go control, we can keep our hand full. Because, like, River Churn, great card. Mind Crank, great card. Hope, bad card, but I get it. Folio, I don't think this one's great, but instant speed. There is a use case. There is a use case. I'm not a big believer in Dreamborn Muse either. I'm just not a huge... Right, it works with the Memento, but those are 2 cards in your deck that we're not guaranteed you're going to draw. Maybe through the power of White Rhystic Study and Azorius Rhystic Study, you do draw them every game. But I think Hope works really well with Memento, works decently well with Honor the Fallen, and works not at all with anything else. And so I always get worried when I see... this is a, like, you know, this is a synergy in my deck where one of the cards is dead if I don't draw the other one. And I think Hope is pretty dead if you don't draw the other one. So that would be another thing that makes me go like, you could probably find something more effective. And then Estrids. What's our curve? So we're doing this to get one... Is Estrids to get 1 extra copy of one of our mill enchantments? Yeah. Fun. Could I... Right, it is responsible. And I know I've been like, wow, these cards are bad and ineffective. Could I recommend a bad and ineffective card to you, Fun? I would hold. So this is the really bad one. This is the really bad 100% hop up, Briar. This is the 100% bad win more, but oh my god, when you get to do it. The other one I would more genuinely believe in that you might have fun with is something that just dropped in the scene boxes. I don't think Estreds is that bad. I think it's good and useful. I think its biggest weakness is that you only get to do it once. And I hate only doing things once. I love game actions. And so if you find extravagant replication to be on like too expensive, flash photography can hit any of your good enchantments. It can hit fucking White Rhystic Study. It can hit your mana rocks. It can hit not God Pharaoh statue. Oh wow, there's not many creatures you want to hit here. The crabs. I'm not copying White Rhystic Study. I'm not that toxic. So flash photography is, I think, kind of the midpoint of most of the time. It will be as effective as Estrid's Invocation. Sometimes it will be quite a bit more effective. Ooh, I think the target player is hurting this, but ooh. Yeesh. Oh, it's in there already. Okay. Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. This has to be Cope. This has to be Cope. Where's the crawl space? How how are you preventing this twink from being bodily harmed? All right, we have Traumatized, we have Keening Stone, Give Me Better Mill. Yeah, Mill top 10 is pretty juicy. I'm just trying to like... Oh, Propaganda. Yeah. Okay, so we have Propaganda, Ghostly Prison, Sphere of Safety, and then one board wipe. So we have 4 cards in the deck. We're doing a lot of... We're really justifying this deck like it's a voter ID law. We're going like, oh yeah, no, it's gonna be fine because all you have to do is have an ID and you hold up Propaganda and then nothing bad happens. And then it's like, yeah, but we only draw Propaganda the 3rd Wednesday of every month for 1 hour in the middle of the day. So it does protect this. I worry about the density of protection. I do worry about the density of protection. I feel like this deck would be much better as a bracket 2 deck that's really just doubling down on the bit. I disagree. I think because this commander's funny. The joke of this deck is very funny. Because this card is gonna draw you so many cards, it would be condescending if you made the deck bad. I think this is actually like necessary because otherwise, like if you're playing this in lower brackets, functionally you have half of a Consecrated Sphinx in the command zone. That's really fucking good. That's really goddamn good. And so if you're like, oh yeah, I have this joke deck with this potentially insane value engine commander, but don't worry, the rest of the deck sucks. I think that ends up grating on people more than being like, oh, this is high power. I'm going to do bad shit to you. It's not as good as a combo deck, though. All this is missing is Expropriate. That is kind of unfortunately true. Strangely, I need to pee every upkeep with this. Strange. Oh yeah, give you better mill. Archive Trap is not better mill. Fun. Twitch chat also pointed out Ghostly Prison and Propaganda don't protect Jace because you can attack planeswalkers through Propaganda and Ghostly Prison. They can't hit you, the person, but they can 100% beat the shit out of the twinks out of your cheering squad. I don't think we want to clone the commander. So how do we? So what big mill fuck ass or what like card could we get in here that's gonna do a similar thing? Riddle Keeper. That's a card. I don't think this mill's enough. I wish I could make multiple upkeeps. I really don't want to tell you how. Yeah, it's too bad that blue cannot do that. It's really too bad. Oh yeah, for other players. How do we do that for other players? I think the closest you get is copying triggered abilities. So we have it for Go-Go. Okay, hold on. I'm cooking something up. What if you played this? What if you played this as like normal removal? You're trying to do like a funny, jokey deck. What if this was a removal piece in the deck? And then we just like maybe so happened to resolve a Shadow of the Second Sun at some point. Ah! Maybe you have to do the Sphinx. I don't know if this works with enchantments the way we want it to work, but like... Oh, Paradox Haze works, just clean works the way you want it to work. Thank you, Darebrained. Yeah, Paradox Haze just straight out, you get to target whoever you think knows their deck the best or the worst and be like, guess what, bro? We go on multiple rounds today. Yeah, and this is another thing we can clone. Oh, that's good. It's a shame that we can't. It's a shame that we can't effectively playtest this deck because we have to be tormenting other people live. Okay. Is there anything we can do for Ghoul Caller's Bell? Okay, let me present an argument. Let me present an argument for Codex Shredder. I think the problem with Codex Shredder is we can't do this to every person. But what I will say on his behalf is that that is true, right? It's not each, it's target player. The argument I'm going to make is I doubt Ghoul Caller's Bell is contributing super heavily to the total number of cards milled every single game, unless this is your turn one play. I think what it's more important for is the quiz game bit. And I think the fact that Codex Shredder targets rather than hitting everybody is a better adherence to that quiz game bit, because it's like, oh, you lost, therefore you get milled. Ghoul Caller's Bell is more collective punishment. We're going, Dave fucked up, so everybody mill one. I think there's things like Psychic Corrosion, mill 2 every time you draw a card is so good that it's like, yeah, collective punishment, get fucked. Ghoul Caller's Bell is like it's just ineffective enough. Just ineffective enough that I would rather have it be a flavor piece. Yeah. The recursion on Codex is not nothing. You will probably have something you can do with that every single game. I don't think so. I think target player being an X spell is like, nah. Do we have enough mill to make Jace the Perfected Mind worth considering? For sure we do. I think the problem we get into with Jace the Perfected Mind is the same as other Jace, where I think we have a difficult... Like, we can playtest just to see how able are we to defend a Planeswalker. Wow, 6 lands is crazy. Okay, we have some cards. We have lands and spells. I play a tap land. I reveal this. I Manic Scribe. I mill you a little bit. I play this guy. I'm going to give you 50-50 odds. And I'm just going to say you get 2 cards. Or I guess I'll say you get 2 each rotation around the table. So I play 2. I get White Rhystic Study. So we have Memory Erosion. I think I go White Rhystic Study and Profane. And I get White Rhystic Study. And now I draw like, I don't know, 4 to 5 cards. So it's at this point, I would like us to begin pretending we have a Jace to protect. We have a pretty good... We have a pretty solid chance at choking out the board. We're going to draw a shitload of cards. If we get a Jace down... Because if Jace survives 1 rotation, we draw 6 from him. Voice, the crazy thing is that's not good enough, really. Like, our commander draws us 2 cards every turn. Effectively. We have Consecrated Sphinx's mini-me in the command zone. I don't think it's necessary for us to be like, oh man, but Jace would be great card draw value. We kind of have the card draw value. We need the mill. We need to bimboify our opponents. I worry about Forced Fruition at a bracket 3 or 4 table, because that's where fun is playing this, and I think Forced Fruition is likely to... Like, sometimes this will just lose you the game. One shot mill 15 off 1 player for 4 mana is not good enough, I don't think. Oh, you could Mind Skinner, yeah. Maybe that's in the deck though. I feel like I was looking for the usual culprits. Yeah, he's in here already. Okay, Force Fruition is funny. Then maybe give that a shot over this 5 mana Jace. All right, here's my gripe with the courts. They say Monarch, right? They make people want to hit us, right? Our commander's a 3/3, right? I don't think we're defending the court very well. Like if we could just get these effects, yeah, hey, great. But I think it's too hard. Check Vantress. Yeah, like we're not. I have checked Vantress. If we got to keep Monarch with Vantress, great. But we're not going to. Model they get Monarch, they draw an extra card. That's like a free mill one. You're so right. I can't believe I overlooked that. Thank you, Darebrained. You beautiful little rat. Let me think. Are there any other mana rocks that we need that would be like meaningful? Wall of Frost might be usable here. That is bold. Wall of Frost might be usable here. What would that do? It would prevent you from having to play a fucking life gain card, is what that would do. Yeah, it's like Goofy Lulu. Yeah, I don't think you have to, but I think you could. Nah, I would go Wall of Frost over Wall of Denial if you're gonna do either. I play Life Gain for the space-time work as well. That's true. You also play Sky Diamond. I think we have a little bit of room to work with. Drakara, yes, today is paid roasts. In the future, if I can get myself to stick to a schedule, I am going to begin doing like one raffle at the end of a normal stream. But that's not happening today. What time is it, Darebrained? What are you about to recommend? Secret Bean Man, Boot.dev got rescheduled to Monday. Oh, happy birthday, Darebrained. Okay. Yeah, I think your land dropping is so good that you could try dropping one of the diamonds for an additional funny card and then make those other little tweaks, but honestly, it's fucking awesome. Stupid and horrible, but I do love it. You're like you're like a dumpster cat that scratches me a lot, but I just can't help myself from snuggling. Yeah, what just Oh my god, fucking chibi Lavinia too. You fucking would. Yeah, this is excellent. Thank you so much for sending it in. I hope you enjoyed or I provided some helpful inclusions. We're going to go to the manual ad break and then Awry Flames. Please provide proof of life. I know you're struggling with illness. And then we will do your deck roast. Keening Stone is in there. I'm going to go get my fucking kisses in while we wait for Awry Flames. And then we will return. All right, we have Kitty. We have Kitten. Hi, baby girl. Hi, baby. All right, Nico, get in the Coda Mysteries. That's right. Lil Sir Hazel, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. That's right, baby girl. Get in the Coda Mysteries. Papa loves you. The cat is trying to eat my leg. Don't let them. Or maybe do. I did AFK for Smoochies, Jonicus, but we're back now. And we're going to go grab Arai Flames' deck, who we had a loss in translation last month. Who's your baby girl, Nico? Okay. Spooky, comma, scary. So relatively high power. So I woke up one day, saw the full art of Gev, thought he was adorable, and I needed him in my life. Okay, so we lied about the scary. That's alright. The idea being mainly that these lovely little creatures will sit there and bring me joy while I get damage pings from various sources, and with the power of multipliers, watch everybody burn. We're verging towards silly, but that is still okay. That is fine. We can hold lizards_3. $500. This is $139. Holy shit. Holy shit. All right, so we're doing Gev pinging. We're doing Black Mage's Rod. I have hopes and dreams. We have hopes and dreams. And we clearly typed anything. We just clearly typed deal 1 damage to each opponent into Scryfall. So Geb's thing wants to give lizards counters. Your thing is playing really bad cards. Right of the Dragon Caller, motherfucker, what? Twin Bolt! I'm sorry. That was a rude tone. Twin Bolt? What an odd pick. What a strange suggestion. Dog. 1 damage on death? How many doublers do you seek to have in play? 10? 20? What is Pillar of Flame? What is... I have... When does the deck get scary, Flames? Because I'm getting worried. I'm getting worried. I'm not getting scared. Leyline, what the fuck is Leyline of Light? Whenever you cast a spell, you may pay 1 to deal 1 damage to a player or planeswalker. Oh, you poor baby. Oh, you poor fucking baby. What is happening here? Hallmark. And now, zap. What the fuck? And we no, this can't be our card. I'm being fucked with. I'm being fucked with. Our card draw is 2 cantrips. Is 2 cantrips. What does Dead Revels do? Oh my god, it's bad rehandimate. Holy shit. Okay, Arai Flames. I've won and almost won with it before. And somewhere in the world, a duck has killed somebody. That does not make them an apex predator. Let's just clear that. I don't care that you've won a game with this. I have also volunteered at the hospital before. We gotta have a higher standard. Chandra. 1 damage to 1 target player. 1 damage to 1 target player. I'm fuming. What the fuck is Chandra Bold Pyromancer doing here? What the fuck? What the fuck is Chandra doing here? Okay. Alright, Bolt Wave. Sick. Yeah, let me look at where all this doubling's happening. So we have City on Fire. We have Solfim. We have Twin Flame Tyrant. So we have 3 doublers there. We have Heartborn Battler. I'm not going to fucking crash out. We have a fucking Aether Drift Lizard. Alright, another tripler. Fire Emancipation. So we're on 4. Creeping Bloodsucker. Ashling fucking Flame Dancer. Alright, whenever another creature dies, maybe you could do something there. So I guess let's start here. What is compelling you? Because I'm always down for a theme deck. I'm down for like a creature type Kindred and oops all whatever. I'm down for you to make that attempt. What is compelling us to play like Pillar of Flame compared to like Purphoros? Are we aware of this card? Are we aware of cards like this card? Did we build from collection? God forbid. Because when you describe to me, oh, I want to sit here as my lizards do a bunch of bullshit, there's a ton of ways to do that. We have a ton of ways to do that. I am surprised that we are not leveraging... I'm surprised that we're not leveraging the many, many things that let you go, like Impact Tremors. Right, we have Impact Tremors, we have a dragon that does this, we have Purphoros, we have Witty Roastmaster, you have this one, we have Molten Gatekeeper, we have Weftstalker Ardent. I wanted to have the most amounts of lizard to lizard. Okay? Explain Ashling to me. Because if we were just trying to have the most lizards per lizard, I'm 100% with you. I'm staring at a squirrel right now. I am staring at a Phyrexian horror. I don't lose mana, you dumb motherfucker. You dumb motherfucker. I'm staring at something unrelated to lizards. And another thing unrelated to lizards. Holy God, that's so bad. Notably, not a lizard. They enabled a lizard. Right, that's what I'm saying. And you have other... So where are we in this finger painting that we've done? Where are we drawing the lines between this has to be a lizard and this has to be a lizard enabler? Because I don't lose the mana is a horrendously bad justification to include Ashling. I think Valley Rockcaller, you have a decent justification because your board's going to be full of lizards. Hall Monitor fucking sucks. So does Playful Shove. So does Flick a Coin. If we compare it to, if we're trying to just enable burn, same thing goes for Zap. So, fucking. Oh, I'm chill. I'm fine. I'm fucking fine, dude. I'm so fine. You like the thing about me is I'm totally fucking good. I'm totally fucking good. This is live, you boy Russ. I'm suffering. Needle drop. So like I can see the plan of okay, we're gonna have a lot of lizards. Everything that is not a lizard seems ridiculous. Is my primary question. Is my primary I guess feedback on the deck. How are we storming for Grape Shot? Well, you see, if we play Ashling and nobody does anything for 3 turns, we can tap all of our lands for 3 turns in a row. We can tap all of our lands for 3 turns in a row, and then we can spend like 15 mana casting all of these things. The idea is the playstyle ends up some sort of Spellslinger-esque thing once things get going. Okay. I would believe that at a bracket 1 table, or I would believe that below precon level. In terms of the experience you want out of the deck, the problem that you're going to have is a Spellslingery deck needs a lot of support. A Spellslinger game plan or a Spellslinger turn is not something that you can reliably just kind of happen upon. You have to have, like, your creatures can't be based around being lizards. Your creatures have to be based around this thing is going to help me cast a lot of spells, or this creature is going to help me continue to cast spells once I have begun storming. And I'm not saying you have to kill the lizards for it. I'm just saying if you want to have a lot of cards, if you want to be lizard maxing, not enough lizards do spell slinging for the Spellslinger vision to come together in the way you want it to with Gev in the command zone. You can do, this is my Gev deck, it is Rakdos Spellslinger. You can do, this is my Gev deck, it has a bunch of lizards in it. And you can have some things that trigger off your instants and sorceries, but putting together a proper Spellslinger turn, the ceiling is just always going to be very, very low. Like, you know who gets to do a Kindred deck that Spellslings? Alania. Those fuck-ass otters. Red, blue, they get to Spellsling. In Bloomburrow, everything is very tightly controlled by creature type and color combination. And Rakdos is like, I'm doing vaguely rude shit to you. I'm doing vaguely rude shit. And so I think this will likely be hard to hear. But a lot of these cheap instants, well, it's not even made your own life harder, it's just reduced your own enjoyment. Because if you want to... Like, if you just like, I want piss in my Cheerios. Facts. Big facts. I will not fight you there. But if you want the deck to work any better than it currently does, you have to give up one of those ideals. Plain and simple. There are combos I can show you. There are like better card draw spells I can show you. There are ritual spells I can show you. But at the end of the day, this deck is not going to do both things you want it to do in the way you want it to do ever. Or I shouldn't say ever, because this is a like singleton game. You can get very lucky. In aggregate. I know I got to get rid of some of the lizards in order to make it do stuff better. They're cute and nice. That's the thing, you don't. You don't. There are 2 paths in front of you. One path is you give up some of the lizard stuff and then you spellsling better. The other path is you give up some of the spellsling stuff and you do lizards better. Like, you've left a ton of lizard synergy just on the table. Flat out. Like your lizard, you could double down on lizards easily and have it function well. Like let me talk to you about a different lizard enabler. Because if you wanted to do what Gev wants to do, what Gev wants to do is put 1/1 counters on his lizards. He wants to build an army. He's a revolutionary leader. Right now, your lizard enabler is Ashling, a literally hot woman who is helping a Christmas Land Spellslinger turn. Consider if she becomes Drana, Liberator of Malakir, this is now Gev's. I don't think Gev's old enough for a wife. So aunt, matriarch, I don't know, regent. Yeah, Gev's owner maybe. This is the type of support card where if you're playing Lizards Crash Out, Drana will lead the charge and help make your board bigger and bigger and bigger. Like these are the type of synergies that I think play really well in a Gev deck that we're currently not playing. So I'm not saying you have to give up lizards. If anything, I would be like fuck Solfim, fuck Pillar of Flame, fuck Flick a Coin, fuck Zap, fuck Scattershot, fuck Needle Drop, fuck Blind Blast. Like let's get some proper lizard shit up in here. That's what I'm saying. Scattershot's creature only. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Oh my lord. Okay, so let's think about how do we make this hot. Other creatures enter with an additional +1/+1 counter on them for each opponent who lost life this turn. So priority one. We want ways to guarantee that each opponent has taken damage before we cast our first creature spell. These don't all have to be permanent based. They can be things like Bolt Wave. You have some of them already for the Spellslinger plan, but like Kindle Spark Duo. You play these guys, you tap, ping everybody, next lizard, 3 counters on it. So there's Kindle Spark Duo. Let me look up Kindle Spark Duo. Can we do Persist Loops with the additional counter? I'm going to ban you now, just so you don't poison Arai Flames' mind. And then when you stop talking about crazy shit, we can have you back on. So there is Witty Roastmaster. He has a tail. I think that makes him an honorary lizard. This is only when creatures enter, so it's really not as good. There we go. This is the right kind. Like Thermo Alchemist. This is one of the things that looks a little bit Spellslingery, but even if you don't do any of the Spellslinger stuff, you just tap him in main phase 1, deal 1 damage to everybody, collect your super buff lizard. Lindbloom is doing it on non-creature spells. Tactical Rewind, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. Unruly Catapult. Another famed tool of the lizards. You could Sabotender. Spear Spewer. There's a million of these, and you want to have, like, I would say more than 5, less than 10, to be confident that you can find one early enough in the game. You have Kindlespark Duo already. You have Lightning Rig Crew. There's Sawblade Scamp. There's Blister Split Gremlin. There's like a million of these that you can play as. Oh, Stormfist Crusader. Isn't losing a bunch of life better? Why would it be? Give me 18 reasons right now. This would also be a very good honorary lizard. And so you don't have to play all of these. But this is the like... That is the flavor of thing I would want to be doing. I would want to, one, guarantee that my opponents will lose 1 life in my upkeep or in my main phase 1. That will enable me to play some big and strong and thick lizards with Gev, and then my lizards will beat the shit out of you. Oh yeah, and you can play Descent into Avernus. And then your worst lizards, which you can probably, I'm just saying you can probably find better lizards for. You can probably replace Chandra's Pyreling. You can definitely replace Daggercaster. You can definitely replace Gastal Thrillseeker. You can definitely replace Immolation Shaman. I think I thought about Descent into Avernus, but I thought I could accidentally kill myself with it in the doublers. So you might, but what's going to happen is you're going to go to combat and you're going to hit people really fucking hard. And that's going to solve the problem immediately. Steam Path Charger could also go. And then of the current support section, I would probably cut Painful Quandary. This is just rude. You're just angry. This is just hateful. Painful Quandary, Ashling, Blind Blast, Needle Drop, Scattershot, You Are Already Dead, Zap, Flick a Coin, Playful Shove, Grape Shot, Dead Revels, both Chandras. And then we have a shitload of room to play stuff that is going to set up our lizards or is going to let us ramp, draw cards, all that good stuff. So you want things that are going to help you when you swing at people. You're going to need to be swinging at people. 3 Chandras, all of them dead. Bang, bang, bang. Gun sideways. That's a kill shot. You're going to want to be swinging at people early and often. Other things we can do that will effectuate the game plan of swinging at people early and often. You can, for card draw, play things that are called mulches. Oh, it's whenever you deal any non-combat to any player? Oh, you know, never mind. This one would kick. This one would kick with what we want to do. So we recommended a lot of similar cards for the other deck. But what you want to build towards is you want to cast spells that let you get the card that you want out of the top whatever and put the rest into your graveyard. And the reason we want to put the rest into your graveyard is we want to have a shitload of Lizzie boys. And then there is a card called Haunting Voyage, which will let you reanimate in a very racist manner. So if you have spent the entire game like, ooh, I'll grab a card out of here. Ooh, I'll grab a card out of here. Ooh, I've been board wiped. Haunting Voyage will let you recover from that board wipe instantly. I would not add Torbrand. I don't think he's fun enough. Another really good honorary lizard. I'm going to agree with Pejman here. Especially if any of our lizards die. If any of our lizards die, bam. Grandma Alesha is here. It's lizards and the goth women that own them. That's the deck. Lizards and the goth women that own them. Alesha will come in, reanimate a lot of your little cheap lizards, and then I think they still... And they would still come in with the counters on them. Yeah, you could do Retreat to Hagra too. Again, you don't have to bring in all of these pingers, but you have to bring in multiple of them. Not good enough. If we wanted to do Crippling Fear, we should just do like Kindred Dominance. At 4 mana, 5 mana, we just want to be casting lizards. So you could do Kindred Dominance. Why not both? Because of the thing I said about it, 4 mana, 5 mana, we just want to be casting lizards. Like, there's a thing to be said for... You can't let fear get you in Commander. You can't go, oh, my opponents are playing all this bullshit. I have to bring in all this removal to deal with their bullshit. You have to stay committed towards establishing whatever your game plan is. And our game plan is Lizard. When it is late in the game, because here's another way to look at it. If we cast Crippling Fear on curve, we should already be winning that game. At the point when the table has access to 4 mana and 5 mana, we should be in the driver's seat. We may not be outright winning, but we should feel pretty good about where the game is going right now. If we feel bad about where the game is at 4 mana or 5 mana, something has gone disastrously wrong in terms of the hand we kept. We called somebody a slur and they rightfully kicked us in the chest and tore all our cards in half. We told somebody they were bald and they rightfully focused all their removal on us. Like, something devastating happened for a 4 mana pseudo board wipe to feel good. But our lizards are not going to have the same top end power as everybody else. And so Kindred Dominance, it's like, it's pretty likely that we will get to the point in which everybody has 7, 8, or 9 mana, and we'll be like, oh, we're losing now. The dinosaurs are here. The dragons are here. That's when we need a big, scary board wipe. I don't think we need Cardor. I think the honorary lizards need to do a lot. They need to be very dope. Pejman, this is the worst card you have ever suggested to me. So let's look at other good lizards we could get in here. Okay, Lizard Blades. You can either attach this to a good lizard, or if we have pingers on board, this is a 4/4 with double strike. Party Thrasher. Extremely good lizard who is extremely good at getting us card advantage. We have these 3 boys. We have these boys. Fireglass Mentor, another good card draw lizard. Absolutely not. That's evil. Ooh, what if we robbed and stole from people? What if we robbed and stole from people? I think Roaming Throne doesn't even win enough. Oh, that's true. It's a 10-5. Never mind. Yeah, yeah, you play this. Sleeper hit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 10-cent sleeper hit. I apologize, Time Kit. You got me. Sludge Shot. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. The deck's name is not Thick Lizzie Ben. Right now, the deck has been working on, like, how can I do Lizard Kindred, but also Spellslinger, but also Rakdos? Hmm. Karsus Depth Guard. Oh no, this guy fucking rocks. Because his power will always be 5 or greater if we have our commander out. Because even if we haven't hit our pingers, Gev will ping for 1 and he will enter with at least 1+1/+1 counter. So you want shit like this, bro. This is what I'm saying. Big Lizzies. Big Lizzies, big glizzies. And then here's what you're going to do. You're going to be like, Maldhound, how on earth do I win this game? I'm not in green. I can't put the pause on them with Beastmaster Ascension. I can't do anything. You can. You can. You can, brother. You can. You can begin reading Malcolm X. That's what you can do. You recommend Plasma Jockey one more time, I'm showing up at your house. I'm showing up at your house and I'm telling you to stop recommending bad cards to me. No. So this is what I would recommend to you. Like these are your quintessential win cons. Other things you can do. This is win more. Yeah. Shared Animosity is the standard for sure. It's expensive. I'm not gonna bullshit you about that. Both in mana and price. If you own a printer, I would use your printer for this. But it will give you the option to haste in all your lizards, and it is an effective damage doubler for all of your lizards. That smells like theme to me. That smells like a theme to me. What else could we do? Other things that would be good honorary lizards. This fucking guy. What if every time I hit you, I got to draw some cards? Woo! I'm sorry, I'll stop. I'm sorry, I got carried away. I got too excited. What if every time I hit you, I smacked fucking cards out of you? Let me think about what else we could do. I don't think we need Mage Bane Lizard. Oh, hell yeah, Punk Hobbit. How'd it go? Dross Claw is also a good enabler. Oh yeah, there's potential here. There's potential here. We don't want any changelings. The death of every good Kindred deck is a changeling. Oh yeah, how do you feel about coin flips? How do you feel about flipping coins like a greedy idiot, Arai Flames? Conversely, how good are you at cheating at coin flips? Oh, you're doing Naya Cloudpunk? That's so... Oh. We'll fix you one day. We'll fix you one day. Alex, I've actually done a review of Wilson Refined Grizzly. Shadowflame Conjuring is not like this, because the ceiling on this guy is I make 10 lizards. Just think about that. Just hold that. I think you could do Flame Shadow Conjuring, but I would rather drop, like... I would rather drop some type of meaningful value engine than I would Flame Shadow Conjuring. Oh yeah, Molten Echoes, more lizard per lizard. I like that. I like that. I enjoy more lizards per lizard. And then another beautiful honorary lizard. We get to make more lizards per lizard. That's what we got to be doing, dog. I promise you. I promise you. This is what we have to be doing. So, I recommended a shitload of cuts. Get some pingers in. Get your favorite lizard per lizard cards. And then get some more draw spells in. Why not Torbrand? He's just not flashy enough. That's the problem. He's too, like... If we are breaking Kindred, I want us to be breaking Kindred for something that is evocative. And I just don't think he's evocative enough, even though he's effective. We don't need Master Multiplied. I think that's too deep in the sauce. I think we just kill people. What's going on, man? Oh, fuck. That does double our whole board. Maybe consider this. Because hypothetically, everything we have should have counters. Ooh, boy. Okay, so Arai, here's my recommendations. You don't have room for all of these cards. Don't trick yourself into believing that you do. Get rid of all that shit I talked about. Get rid of all that shit I talked about. Get some pingers so that you can be really confident every opponent will have lost one life before you cast your lizards. Get the things that get those good lizards in. And then get your favorite things that give you more lizards per lizard and your favorite honorary lizards. And then you just beat everybody to death. You just beat the absolute shit out of everybody at the table. And then you go build a Rakdos Spellslinger deck that's just totally different. It is not trying to also be a lizard collection. Can you show Far Fortune? Oh, no, I have a rule about only showing good cards on stream, Darebrained. Wald, what's your favorite book series? Don't think I could pick just a favorite. If you were going to put a gun to my head, I would say Stormlight Archive. So here's what happened. Right now, we've been monkeyed in the middle. We've been monkeyed in the middle by our own dreams, but we can make this dream live. We can, I promise you, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much for submitting. We are going to hit Bald Kai, and we're going to raid out for the day. Oh, somebody asked earlier, Danny Ugg, if you're still here, you asked about XCOM. We're still doing XCOM. I've just been busy, and quite frankly, I've been publishing a lot of relatively unsuccessful videos the last like 2 weeks, and so it's been difficult to justify doing like fun streams or just goof around streams. But I love me some XCOM. Let's see who's live. Decked Out is live playing It Takes Two. That's pretty funny. That's pretty cute and funny. Yeah, let's go try spoiling their day. Thank you all for being here. I will be live again tomorrow. We're doing more deck roasting. I appreciate every last one of you. I hope you enjoyed today's show. And please remember to stay toxic. YouTube, that is just it for us, but I will see you tomorrow.